Sports Center.
Well, Jacob Tobey is reportedly out as the Spurs play-by-play announcer after his girlfriend accused him of cheating on her with the sister of Lindy Waters III. Tobey's girlfriend posted about the alleged affair on his Instagram story in the middle of the night. Tobey had just signed a multi-year extension with the Spurs in June. Speaking of the Spurs, they look to rebound from an 0-3 showing in the California Classic. Las Vegas Summer League play begins today at 3:30.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagle. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Good Thursday afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Whatever you're doing, however you're doing it. Thanks for spending a little time with us. It is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. My name is Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. Happy to have you along.
Absolutely. It's a great day. I guess the World Cup is continuing. France and Morocco about to get underway. Spurs in the Summer League in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Yes, but the big Spurs news has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, gosh, unfortunately.
And for the record, neither Joe or I come up with a graphic that goes on YouTube. I wouldn't have done that. Just say it. I wouldn't have done that.
I haven't seen it yet. Mine went away, but I'll find it. And it's sad story in my mind. I mean, just all the way around, because no matter what you feel about the alleged affair or whatever that is, and it is the Spurs have not said anything publicly, to my knowledge, about this being official, but it is kind of all over the place.
It's everywhere. Reportedly, Jacob Tobey is no longer the Spurs TV play-by-play guy. Spurs haven't responded to comment to anybody, but front office sports broke it, but TMZ people, you name it, I mean, it's one of those things when it happened the other day, and we all saw that on social media. You know, we chose not to. I mean, it's not our business. And right or wrong, people cheat all the time. Nobody here is married, right? Jacob Tobey was in a long-term relationship, but not married. We didn't spend a whole lot of time talking about Vrabel and Rossini outside of when Rossini quit her job. But the whole, I mean, you know, it's fun to talk about with your friends. Everybody loves a little bit of gossip, but, you know, you're talking about somebody losing their job and a job like any job for that matter. But you look at the Spurs; they're going to be in the championship mix forever. Oh, now you're seeing it, huh? Now you just saw the graphic on our YouTube page.
Yeah, I just saw that for the first time.
Which you can get to through sasportstar.com. But yeah, I mean, anybody that's listened to this show for years, I've been doing this since 2008. That's a long time. You know, generally affairs and stuff like that don't get a whole lot of run. Maybe a little bit. Sometimes depends on who. But really not a whole lot of run. Not our business. Now that he's reportedly been fired from the job, now, you know,
what's out there? We can't.
You have to.
You can't ignore it anymore. And
Yeah.
and look, I am certainly, and most of you might know my history, you might not, and that's not neither here nor there. But it's like, no way, shape, or form prepared or willing to judge anyone. And quite frankly, I find it very sad. And I almost want to believe that there's something else that was there, that he was he just signed an extension in June, so I have to believe they were happy with what he was doing on the air. But I mean, it just, with not being married, no kids, I'm kind of surprised that it cost him his job, to be totally honest with you.
Although it is embarrassing for the organization.
There's been a lot of things, Spurs organization-wise, that have been embarrassing for them that didn't result in jobs lost.
This is true. And maybe that's why they've adjusted their HR policy. But then, I mean, you look at it, there's whatever their morals clause is in the contract. Now granted, from an HR standpoint, now you're not talking about a player's wife, but a player's sister. I'm trying that could make an uncomfortable workplace.
I guess.
Although,
do you not think Lindy might have known about this?
I mean, might have. I mean, there's video all over the internet of when they were doing Jacob's doing an interview with Lindy, and it's Steph Castle that comes up and just kind of peeps in on that interview, like, hey, you knew. Just make sure nothing bad. I mean, none of us know. Now, I see real quick on our YouTube chat, somebody said get Jacob on the show. Full disclosure, I texted Jacob earlier today. I didn't ask him to come on the show, but if he wanted to, I think he knows that he would have that opportunity if he chose to. And I think he didn't even respond to the text. He read it because it tells me that, but he didn't even respond. And you'd imagine his life overnight changed.
I would imagine Jacob probably wants to just kind of crawl into a hole for a little while and let some of this go by the wayside, but especially the way it happened, man. I mean, you talk about a woman scorned, dude. I don't care who you are or what relationships you've been in. If you piss the significant other off, the female type, typically it doesn't end well, and it certainly did not end well here at all. But again, it's one of those things that it's like it's a personal thing, but it's extremely public now.
Yep.
So that's why we're talking about it. But I just don't. To me, I'm really surprised if it is true that the Spurs have fired him. And the only thing I can think of is there's something else that happened, something else that maybe is not public yet, or the fact that he just didn't have a resume with the Spurs yet. Maybe not enough tenure. I don't know, but I have to believe there's something else there.
It feels like there could be, but I know they were happy with him. Hell, I mean, he posted on Instagram when he signed his contract. He was playing golf with Sean Elliott.
Yep.
And hit a shot. It was all dramatic. And look at that. Just got my new contract. I'll sign it right here after that great shot. And just talking to him, plans of being here for a long haul. And from a professional side of things. I mean, he'll get another job. He's not the first guy to cheat. He's not the first member of the media to get busted. He'll work again. But you think about this Spurs team and where it's expected to be for the next decade. I know Rob Thompson's already said, I'll do it.
I don't. He's not quite as handsome as Jacob Tobey.
Well,
it's close though.
I mean, it is. I mean, Rob does have good hair.
He does.
Rob does have good hair.
Yeah.
But in reality, everybody is going to line up for this gig. And they did when Bill Land announced his retirement.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It was, but again, when you have a job in the public like that, the organization, I'm with you, is there something else to it? But, yeah.
I've seen a mixed reaction today, too, and just online. Some people saying it's the way it should have been. Some people confused the way that I am about his firing. But again, that's if this is true, again, reportedly fired, because there's been nothing official from the Spurs or anybody else when it comes to that. Just story, but there's stories everywhere. And so would lend to believe that it's true, but I don't know that because there is nothing official. And so the word reportedly must be used in front of anything like that. But
now that said, though, the way this story has gone, now we are talking about the Spurs organization, but if it wasn't true and isn't going to be true, then wouldn't the Spurs say, hey, we're aware of it, nothing's been determined yet? Right? I mean,
sure,
there's a way for them to get out ahead of this, but it was front office sports, and, Jacob does have an agent and an agency. It's not like he worked his deal all on his own. So when you've got agents involved in big-time agencies like what he has, an organization like Front Office Sports, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Interesting stuff. Now, of course, who's going to take it? And again, as you mentioned earlier, there's going to be a lot of applicants. Fred on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page says Dan Weiss ought to move from radio over to TV. I guess that would be a possibility if he wants to do that. I thought Dan did a pretty good job on the radio. Obviously, depending on what he wants. I mean, does he want to be on TV or does he like that radio gig? So either way, there's going to be an opening on one of those two jobs for sure.
I would, and again, these are decisions being made by the Spurs. The idea, if they thought Dan Weiss was going to be their TV guy, they could have promoted him and hired a new radio guy when Bill Schoening retired.
Yep.
Instead, they had Dan still in the sideline role, and I guess it is possible. The bigger question is, where are we going to watch the games? Because that FanDuel went away.
That is.
Right?
That's the other thing.
They don't have a TV home as we sit right now. They will, but now granted, that's the other side of things. The typically speaking, teams hire their broadcasters and then whatever network they go to. Just because they don't have a network doesn't mean that doesn't have anything to do with this. And when they do find a new TV home and a new TV partner, the Spurs are still going to be in control of who they hire to do their games.
Well, and again, that's a good point that you bring up because that's been all over the place. It's like there is no need for a TV play-by-play guy at the moment because there's no TV to put the Spurs games on. But
there will be.
Other than Ken's 5, I'm sure there will be something worked out before the season begins. I mean, you would think, but I don't know where it's going to be. To my knowledge, Ken's TV still has their contract, but you're talking about 10, maybe 12 games a season. That's it. And so obviously there's a lot more games to the season than that, and they need somewhere else to put those. So that's something else to watch for and I would imagine the Spurs are going to have to figure that out first before they even think about hiring somebody else as the play-by-play guy.
Yeah, well, and somebody on our YouTube chat said this Jacob deal isn't official until Shams reports it, but Shams is reporting something bigger right now that we'll get into.
Yeah,
that whole Clippers to Raptors thing, maybe not. Yeah, there's trees that need to be planted around it.
Well, and look, if I wonder, and I haven't seen his tweet, but it doesn't surprise me, and I wonder if that's the NBA holding this thing up or if it's the Toronto Raptors holding it up. I mean, I can't imagine trading for this guy and then working out an extension with him and just to find out he's may not be in the league, depending on how severe this tree planting incident is. So I'm not sure exactly what that is, but I want to dive into it because it is just breaking as we speak right now.
Yeah, let's get into it coming up because hold everything.
Hold it all.
Hold it all.
We'll do that, but we will return here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagel for DraftKings. Did you know DraftKings is live in all 50 states? Yes, that means us here in Texas. Win or go home. That's it. That's the World Cup knockout round, and DraftKings has you covered for every single match. The DraftKings app is now live in Texas, so whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in Texas, the world's biggest stage in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with code 941SportsStar. Spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards over 21 days. That's code 941SportsStar. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim. Issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends July 19th. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo.
Hey guys, it's AJ, and between us, when you hit a certain age, things start to feel a little bit off. You're tired all the time, your energy's low, and maybe your drive isn't what it used to be. A lot of that can come down to low testosterone. That's why I want you to give a call to Game Day Men's Health Alamo Ranch on Wiseman Boulevard. They understand what guys are dealing with, and they make the process so easy. The office has a relaxed man cave vibe. Everything starts with a free testosterone test done right there in their in-house lab. After that, you'll meet with a licensed provider to create a custom custom treatment plan designed for you. And here's the best part, you can start treatment the same day. After a month, you'll be noticing more energy, a better mood, and a boost in your libido. Don't settle. Be the best version of yourself. After a month, you can notice more energy, a better mood, and a boost in your libido. Give them a call, 830-376-9100. 830-376-9100. 830-376-9100 for Game Day Men's Health, Alamo Ranch.
The Gomez Law Firm is the firm that San Antonio turns to for personal injury law. We have Jose from the Gomez Law Firm here with us. With over 1,200 five-star Google reviews, the Gomez Law Firm is proud of the winning record and results that are attached to these reviews.
We encourage people to go online and look at our review because we want to make sure that you feel comfortable choosing the right attorney. And we assure you, you go to Google and look up our reviews, you're going to be satisfied.
It's important to hire an attorney you can trust, and the reviews speak for themselves. The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted provider of personal injury law since 1973.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
The Gomez Law Firm continues to fight for our San Antonio community, and the results matter. If you've been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then contact them today at joegomezlaw.com. That's joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Hi, I am Officer Sarai Walton with the San Antonio Police Department. SAPD is always hiring, and you can apply online if you think you have what it takes to become part of the SAPD family. Submit your application at sapdcareers.com. Once you submit your application, you will be contacted to begin the process. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring. Start your journey to a rewarding career by applying online at sapdcareers.com. That is sapdcareers.com.
O'Reilly.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call. In the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits two. Now we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the morning huddle and cash in with the morning huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
That might be one of the most annoying pieces of audio I think I've ever heard in my life.
Bucky McMillan says, "Hold your beer."
Well, I mean, his is there, but I think Kawhi with combined with that's a beautiful sound. What are you talking about? That combined with the NBC whatever
music,
the theme music there is. It's just. And, of course, we're talking about Kawhi Leonard. By the way, I'm Joe. He's Jason. This is the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Clippers-Raptors trade, not going to be official until the aspiration investigation ends. If you recall what that is, that Kawhi reportedly was paid under the table, circumventing the salary cap with the Clippers. Those are the reports. Those are the allegations. And the league is investigating this, and apparently that investigation is still ongoing.
Well, and here's the thing. It's the Raptors that are putting the brakes on this. A really long, way too long for Twitter statement. But basically, the Raptors say, the league office informed us as a result of the ongoing investigation involving the Clippers, we would assume the risk of any potential outcome of the investigation impacting Kawhi. In light of this, we will wait until the league's investigation is complete. The Raptors remain eager to bring Kawhi back to Toronto and look forward to a swift resolution for our players, our organization, and our fans. But, wait, hold on. So if you guys are going to punish it's us? Oh, no, we ain't doing this deal.
We'll wait and see what happens. You guys find out.
No. You know, we want Kawhi, but any punishment, that should go to the Clippers. And I am really surprised that it's taken this long to get to this point. You would have thought that they would have had some sort of indication, if not resolution, prior to working out the deal.
Well, you would think so, but obviously the league has to approve any and all trades. So they probably looked at that and just as fair warning, want to let you know this. It all stems from that Pablo Torre investigation, and he did a great job with it. If this is true, the Clippers invested $50 million into this aspiration company, and it's in the same month they announced a $300 million sponsorship agreement with Aspiration and the naming rights and all of that stuff. Well, part of that, according to reports, that Kawhi got about a $28 million endorsement deal. And so we're being led to believe that was just something that was promised Kawhi, and they couldn't fit it under the salary cap. So instead of that, we'll give it to you this way.
And we'll say you planted a tree.
Yeah.
Virtually, think about planting a tree. All right, cool. Here's $50 million. It's so bizarre. And honestly, and I know Steve Ballmer is, whatever, right? The Pablo Torre stuff is so detailed. Now, is it possible that Steve Ballmer said he had no idea? Sure. When you're at the level that Steve is, you probably have a lot of things that are happening that you think are getting taken care of and what gets reported up the chain. You know, I think you see that a lot right now and have for years in athletics. You know, what a guy recruiting on the road is doing, as long as the head coach doesn't know, it gives them plausible deniability, right? I part of what Steve says I can almost buy, but part of it, no. And did they get screwed by this company as well? It certainly seems like it, but were they also at the same time trying to circumvent the salary cap? It certainly seems like that happened. What surprises me is how long this investigation is taking from the NBA, that you could get to the offseason. There could be all these trade rumors, then a trade that is basically done. And nobody from the Raptors bothered to check and see, like, hey, what's the warranty on this? Like, hey, are we good to do this? I mean, do we really want to waste our time or hold everything up? If we make a trade, like, wouldn't you? It doesn't seem like it would be that difficult if you're the Raptors or any of the teams that were supposedly interested in Kawhi Leonard in working out a trade, that they wouldn't talk to the league first, like, hey, are we good here? Or with the league, wouldn't they send a memo? Like, hey, just know, if you guys, anybody makes a trade for Kawhi, whatever punishment will go to the team that he's playing for at the time we come to a conclusion.
Well, and it's not only that, but if Kawhi is suspended for any period of time, I mean, and that's always possible, depending on the outcome of this investigation. And so you're going to have to live with that. You made the trade. You've got him now, and guess what? He's suspended for a year or two or whatever the case may be, and I'm just throwing stuff out there. We talked about this, Jason. when the rumors of Kawhi coming to San Antonio, and it's like, remember this guy's under investigation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we talked about it, but Spurs fans didn't give a damn. Bring Kawhi back, anything for a championship, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, Toronto's probably thought the same thing, and now they're putting the brakes on this before it's too late. And he may end up back with the LA Clippers. It's very possible.
Well, I mean, and again, I think if you're a team, because the way I'm reading this, all right, Kawhi, you're suspended for 10 games or 15 games. It's not going to be a year. I mean, what is the?
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Well,
look, if they're circumventing the salary cap, the commissioner better hammer them.
Well, they were, but the CBA has a limit on maximum punishment.
Well, they better hammer them because you talk about gambling and everything else, ruining the integrity of the game.
Yeah.
Circumventing the salary cap, I would think, would be right up there on the same level.
I agree. I'm going to Google what is maximum punishment.
This is why Kawhi got rid of Uncle Dennis, y'all.
Uh-huh.
This is exactly why. He's trying to clean up his act and get rid of those and maybe even put the blame there. I wouldn't be surprised when push comes to shove that it's all going to go to Uncle Dennis and it was his fault, and that's why I got rid of the goofball.
Okay.
I was going to say something else.
Yeah, I know it. I'm glad you caught yourself. Now, for the record, 4 players, according to AI, lifetime ban. The ultimate disciplinary action for a player is a lifetime ban from the league, usually implemented for violating the league's anti-drug policy or engaging in point shaving or game fixing. Maximum fines under the 2023 CBA. The maximum fine a player can receive for conduct or statements detrimental to the best interest of the NBA is $100,000. For severe on-court incidents, the maximum fine is capped at $150,000 per incident plus game suspensions. Players can be suspended indefinitely or a specified chunks of games depending on severity of the violation, such as a 25-game suspension given to Ja Morant for brandishing a firearm. So I guess to your point, 25 games, and if you're the Raptors, you could probably live with that. I mean, I'm just trying to think, what players has received a lifetime ban that didn't involve gambling? Because I know there was a couple of low-rent players for gambling that received a lifetime ban, and their names don't even come to mind because they were, all right, no big, not certainly the level of Kawhi. So I think if you're the Raptors and you're working this trade with the Clippers, you're probably thinking, all right, there might be a 10 or 15 game, maybe a 25 game suspension. You can deal with that because you need Kawhi healthy for the playoffs. But the way I'm reading this from Shams is the Raptors would any punishment meant for the Clippers as an organization, which I expect to be massive fines and or loss of draft picks. That would be where the Raptors would be like, well, wait a minute.
Well, I couldn't imagine that would even be legal to do that. You can't punish the Raptors for something the Clippers did.
I think if you buy the car, you now have the issues that come with the car, because the way it reads, the league office informed us that as a result of the ongoing investigation involving the Clippers, we would assume the risk of any potential outcome of the investigation impacting Kawhi. In light of this, we'll wait and see. So, and you're right, to your point, like, as you read this, if I'm reading it wrong, correct me, but, if you're going to assume the risk of the investigation, you're getting the punishment. It's almost like you're buying the punishment in this trade. Not only do you get Kawhi, and you get the punishment that comes with it. Now, there's no way the Clippers could get off scot-free with this. No way. I'm with you there, but it almost reads that way.
As you read the rest of it, it does, and I can't imagine how that's legal or possible, but I suppose that it is. And getting to lights. And I want to just address this real quick. Claymore on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, I don't know when the league informed the Toronto Raptors of anything. The trade was June 30th. That's when it was announced. And apparently we didn't say enough about it. We ran a poll. And the dumbass NBA, according to Claymore, and all of this stuff is it's kind of weird to me, but we specifically talked about when everybody wanted Kawhi Leonard back here in San Antonio, so that he was still under investigation. Now, I don't know when the league actually told the Toronto Raptors or how long they had to put the brakes on this or that. I mean, we're assuming the league told them today. I don't know that that's factual or not. I don't know when the league told the Toronto Raptors.
Well, I mean, they're at least making it public today. Now, the trade on June 30th, they reached the agreement in principle. And the league year started, on Monday the 6th? So you figure there's a stack of paperwork that some suit's going through, and he got to this one and said, oh, wait a minute, I can't rubber stamp this one as approved. Toronto, you realize, oh, what? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I mean, they're not backing out of the deal. They're not saying never mind, which is the other part that I find kind of weird. Could they back out of the deal at this point? Because it hasn't been finalized through the league office. They still say everything's on hold and they want to do all this. Does that mean, that while it's taken 10 months to get to this point, the NBA can wrap this up? All right, we got a buyer for Kawhi. He fired Uncle Dennis and his other agent, hired another guy. Let's all move forward and pretend it never happened?
I think that's what they're trying to do. I mean, honestly, it sounds like that's what they're trying to do, and Kawhi trying to get ahead of this by firing Uncle Dennis and everybody else that had something to do with this. I just find it fascinating that Toronto would even entertain this without asking those questions. And while we can sit here and blame the league all we want to, I think it more so falls on Toronto here than it does anybody else. Kawhi was under investigation. I mean, there was no secret that this man is under investigation. So why the hell would you even want him back anyway until this investigation was all said and done? I mean, so we sit here and blame Adam Silver and the NBA all we want to, but to me, it clearly falls on the Toronto Raptors for if you're calling anybody a dumbass. I think we need to point to the Canadians.
Well, and again, when you look at it, and if you guys want to chime in, it's easy to do. 210-656-ESPN, or comment there on the YouTube page, which a lot of people are. And again, Claymore, what changed? What came to light that everyone didn't know? Now, I don't know what's come to light, but what appears to have changed is the NBA telling the Raptors that you guys are now responsible. If we approve this trade, any punishment gets applied to Toronto. And again, that's the way I read the statement that Shams copy and pasted from the Raptors and the league. The Raptors would assume the risk. And they're like, oh, wait a minute. We didn't do anything wrong except trade for a guy. But they don't want the responsibilities that any kind of punishment that would be coming towards the LA Clippers.
Absolutely, they don't. And again, I don't know if the league sat on it and let it marinate. I don't know what happened. And I don't think anybody knows what happened exactly. But it has come to light today. The Raptors have finally come to their senses and said, you know what, a 35-year-old Kawhi Leonard is not worth whatever the punishment may or may not be, and all the drama that goes with it. But
he's a fun guy.
Which they should have known anyway before they pulled this trade off. But
here's the part that's crazy. The statement from the Clippers to ESPN. For the past 10 months, our organization has fully cooperated with the NBA investigation, participating in dozens of interviews, providing tens of thousands of documents, and facilitating access to our staff. While the process has been challenging, we have remained committed to transparency. That's a whole lot of documents for a contract in trees. In 10 months, Pablo figured this out in 3 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So I don't know what could be taking so long. If you want to blame the NBA, blame them for that. Why is this taking so long to conclude this investigation?
Lawyers and billable hours.
Well, perhaps that is true. I find it kind of funny that on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, a lot of people are suggesting Michelle Beadle for the play-by-play spot. She's not a play-by-play person.
She's not.
She's an entertainer, and she's a very funny entertainer and a very good one. And when they brought her on to do the broadcast back, 2, 3, 4 years, right before Bill Land
Yeah.
retired, it was funny. It was good. I don't think Michelle Beadle is a play-by-play person.
No, and the reality is, and we'll get into it, because the Spurs apparently are on the hunt for another play-by-play guy. Jacob Tobey was so good at what he was doing because he teed up Sean Elliott and got out of the way. A lot of play-by-play guys want to be the star of the show. And the star of the show on Spurs broadcasts is Sean Elliott. And Jacob Tobey set up Sean fantastic.
Just like Bill Land did.
Just like
Same
Bill
way.
Land did. And I love Beadle. But again, she's not a play-by-play broadcast. Play-by-play is a very, very difficult job. I know a lot of people make it seem easy, but it is way harder than what anybody realizes unless you've been in that seat.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, Michelle's more of an entertainer than a play-by-play person. Could she do it? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I wouldn't put it past her, but I'm not sure that that would be where she would want to go. But who knows? Maybe. I haven't seen anything official, although I've seen on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page that the Spurs have made it official. I have not seen that just yet. We will look for that. We've got a lot to talk about, obviously. The World Cup is continuing today. Only one game, France and Morocco, which a lot of people say if there's an upset in the making, it could very well be Morocco beating France today. We can talk about that, but obviously the story of the day, Kawhi Leonard, Jacob Tobey. You want to chime in on either one of those or both, you're more than welcome to do that. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. You can go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Get there from sasportstar.com. It's a good way to get there. Or you can reach Jason Minix at Jason Minix on Twitter. I'm at Joe Reinagle 210. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And, of course, you know the best place to go watch any of these World Cup games, soccer, you name it, it's at the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Those three massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around. You get into the Roo Pub, great time, great food. Make sure you go hungry because the Roo Pub has the biggest and best wings in town. I love the fried shrimp over there. They have about 15 different burgers on the menu. Great hot dogs. They're, appetizers. Love the onion rings over there. Those little corn dog bites. Pledge tells me the salads there are wonderful. And that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So you don't need to go to a drive-thru late at night. Get into the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. If you're heading down to the coast this weekend, make sure you go to the new Roo Pub in Rockport. In fact, this weekend at the Roo Pub in Rockport, they're having a big fishing tournament. Still got time. If you can get your fishing team together and go participate, you know it's going to be a great time and some big money up for grabs as well. The Roo Pub, happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month with Window Nation at 50% off all window styles. Yes, 50% off new beautiful energy efficient windows, plus 0 down, 0 interest, and no payments for 2 years. Call now 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
Baseball fans, check out the inaugural season of the San Antonio River Monsters, part of the TCL, a woodbat league featuring some of the best college players. A monster-sized good time for the entire family. Get your tickets today at rivermonstersbaseball.com.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where supplies start at just 25 cents?
Staples has the latest laptops with up to 40% savings.
I may hug the cashier.
So embarrassing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples with up to 40% off select tech. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. so it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
On the next Morning Huddle, World Cup quarterfinals continue. How'd the Spurs do against the Atlanta Hawks? And everything you need to charge into a busy summer weekend. Party starts early. Get here at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well, you talk about lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Dude, I'll never make fun of Anthony Davis again.
Anthony Davis. What, did he just sell his house in L.A.?
Dude, all of us kind of make fun of Anthony Davis. You know, even when they were talking about Anthony Davis going to the Golden State Warriors with LeBron about a week ago, I was watching Colin Cowherd on FS1 because – you know, this time of year Wimbledon's on, and so and they had the graphic up on the screen. It's on Colin Cowherd's show, on FS1. It was Steph Curry in a Golden State uniform, and Draymond Green in a Golden State uniform, LeBron in a Golden State uniform, and Anthony Davis in street clothes, right? I mean, dude has a well-earned reputation. I wish I could be an often injured NBA guy. TMZ just posted a story that Anthony Davis sold his L.A. home for $32 million.
$32 million. And the pictures of this home are incredible. What a house.
I mean, the TV room looks awesome.
Coolest pool table I've ever seen.
The pool table, and look at the bar. And then all, of course, all the jerseys on the wall.
Wow.
The tennis courts. But more importantly, the view. Now, I know he's not going to play in L.A., but why would you sell that? I mean, that'd be a great place to summer. I know right now somebody in the back office over there is looking for our Airbnb for Cowboys training camp because we've yet to book that, which is driving me nuts.
You think we could book his mansion?
I think we could book a couple rooms. They wouldn't even know we were there.
We could book that pool house that's outside there probably and be very comfortable.
Very comfortable.
That's an amazing house. Props to you, Anthony Davis. My gosh. And then selling that thing for $32 million. I don't know what he bought it for, but it was listed for $40 million last year, so obviously he's come down quite a bit. 8 bedrooms, which is incredible.
It's in Bel Air Crest. Is Bel Air Crest different than Bel Air?
That's a good question.
All right.
17,000 square foot the house is.
Mm-hmm. Has an elevator.
Oh, absolutely.
Theater, game room, wet bar, wine cellar, home gym, barber shop, tennis court, cabanas, outdoor chef's kitchen, batting cage, an Olympic-sized swimming pool, because why not?
Oh, the pool's beautiful. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable. Is that artificial turf there, or is that real grass?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. It's beautiful, though. If it's real, props to the person that takes care of that thing.
I mean, it is Los Angeles. I'd say that's probably real grass. I mean, I'm sure he's got a full staff there. I can't tell over on the right, is that a little putting green area, or is that just a parking area? Either way,
I have no idea.
It's ridiculous that a house like that exists. It's ridiculous that you were able to find a buyer. You might have been asking for 40, but you sold it for 32. Now the question is, who bought it?
Well, good question. It doesn't say in here what he paid for it to begin with, or how much money he may or may not have made off of the sale of this, but good for him. Maybe he'll be looking for a home in San Francisco pretty soon.
He's going to rent if it's in San Francisco, right? I mean...
Well, he's renting in Washington right now, I would assume. Yeah. Incredible. Props to Anthony Davis. My goodness. Your taste, young man, is fantastic.
The big story here locally involving the NBA is Spurs play-by-play announcer Jacob Tobey, according to reports out after the affair allegation. In June, he announced that he signed a multi-year extension with the Spurs after having the job for 2 years. A lot of you are mixed on that. Our poll question on YouTube, if the reports are true, and again, because we haven't seen anything official by the Spurs or by Jacob, but if the reports are true, did the Spurs do the right thing with the Jacob Tobey firing? Right now it is 50-50 on our poll. Go vote. YouTube, sasportstar.com. There's a shortcut there. If you're already on YouTube, just search out San Antonio Sports Star.
Unbelievable, 50-50. I'm kind of surprised and not surprised by that, I guess. I don't know, 50-50 split right now on the reported firing of one Jacob Tobey, the Spurs play-by-play man, for the television broadcast. I wonder, honestly, we haven't heard from Sean Elliott either, who's got to be, I would imagine, a little bit distraught in this whole thing, and I wouldn't even be surprised if the reports are true that the Spurs contacted Sean first and said, look, we don't have a choice. Because I think Sean and Jacob had a pretty good chemistry going. I really do. We were fortunate because Bill Land and Sean Elliott, their chemistry was off the chart. I just thought they were fantastic. But I thought that Jacob Tobey came in and knew what he had to do, what was necessary to do. As you mentioned, you wind up Sean and let him go. He's the star of the show. And that's what Jacob did. It's what Bill Land did, and they both did it very well.
The Jacob Tobey did a great job in that way. Set up Sean, get out of the way. And I know there's a lot of suggestions on who could get that job. Dude, body's not even cold. Yep, but that's what we do. Who could get in there? Play-by-play is a unique skill set. Very few former players can step into the play-by-play role because I'm seeing like the Danny Greens and the Matt Bonners. They're more analysts. Antonio Daniels, more of an analyst. The play-by-play guy is, in a lot of ways, more like the traffic cop, telling you what's going on and setting up the analyst there. It's not there. But to your point, I do think Sean and Jacob had a not only good chemistry on television, but a good relationship off the air, because you saw them playing golf together a lot and spending time together away from work. And when you're colleagues, there's colleagues that you work with, but when you're spending your free time together, and not just when you're on the road and who else are you going to hang out with, but like when he signed his contract, he was playing golf. I want to say that was over at the Quarry.
Could be.
But playing golf together. So yeah, I would imagine that like everybody, disappointed, stunned, hurt, and he asked the same questions. If the allegations are true, a player's sister, nobody here is married, and but 6 years is 6 years, but player's sister?
It wasn't a player's wife. It was his sister.
And then you also just look at the way that thing went viral, the embarrassment to the organization. Now, it's July. Most of us would have forgot for the most part, although the internet never forgets, but you can move on from that.
Sure.
Right?
I agree.
It's unfortunate.
Well, it is. It's very unfortunate. To me, I'm surprised that if the reports are true that he was fired, or are they saying that? And maybe it was Jacob who said, "Look, I got to move on. I need to get my life together and figure this thing out." And I don't know. And the phrasing, not sure exactly what it is, but if it is this and only this. Not downplaying or minimizing what happened here, certainly, but I'm surprised he would lose his job over that. I have to believe there's something else that hasn't been made public or and may never be made public that is part of this whole thing.
Yeah, and again, I hate on the personal life side of things, and we've been fairly consistent with that. I mean, there's times where you have to talk about it, like now, like the other day when it was just all over Instagram. We chose not to because, now it's everywhere. You almost have to. Vrabel and Rossini, we didn't get in all the crazy details there too much, except for Vrabel's comments when he had to make them, or when Rossini left the Athletic. But all the speculation and all that stuff, other than her kid's name is Mike, huh? I mean, it's people's personal lives are that, but when you have a job in the public, you kind of forego having said privacy.
There's a lot of people on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, and it's great chat going on there, conversations talking about other Spurs and Spurs players who have reportedly cheated on their wives or significant others or whatever. And some of them are true, some of them are not. I'll never forget, and I will not mention the name, and so don't even ask. We were, all of us, TV guys in, I believe it was Portland, Oregon, during the playoffs, and we were all eating at a swanky steakhouse, and a former Spur walked in, all cocky and just, living life and loving life, with a beautiful blonde who we all knew wasn't his wife.
Mm-hmm.
He looked over at that table and seeing all the TV guys sitting there, and I think he pooed himself.
Mm-hmm.
I think he did. But, it was so, we all said, hey, hi, not to make it too awkward, but nothing ever came of that.
No.
And so, you keep it to yourself. We were all off work, and but I that story just popped into my mind.
Mm-hmm.
That was a long time ago, too, by the way. I'll never forget that. Don Harris knows what I'm talking about. Chuck Minkatenick knows what I'm talking about. Greg Simmons knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
Wait, all you TV guys went to dinner together?
We did,
I
all of us.
thought you were all supposed to hate each other.
It was a schwanky steakhouse, man.
Who was picking up the tab, Simmons?
I hope so, probably, at that time. Yeah, it was probably Simmons picking up the tab. But
you didn't take the photographers?
They might have been there. I don't know. Those guys, they don't know how to dress. They
don't
know how to dress up.
They were probably. Well, neither do you guys. You got off work and went to the steakhouse and left all the photogs to do all the work.
Well, yeah, but at least we had ties on.
Well, you had to. It's a job requirement.
Of course.
That's why an NBA player ain't no riffraff TV guy's gonna. Oh crap.
Exactly. That may exactly be what he thought about. Anyway, I don't know why that story came to mind, but look. It happens, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's right, wrong. You can have any opinion you want on this, and it's not going to be wrong. But it is life, and it happens, and it happened to Jacob Tobey, and so you can think of him however you want to think of him. I'm surprised he was fired over this, if those reports are true, and unless there was something else that we don't know. I am surprised. In fact, really surprised that he was fired.
No,
if that report is true.
Your longtime photographer, Marcus Floyd, says we were there.
Oh, he was
Yeah,
there.
you did take the photographers on that one, and he says that Belo picked up the tab that day. It was
Belo?
the old parent company of Ken's TV.
Well,
so you must have had the corporate card.
Well, or Marcus, he was swinging the big card that day. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, I'm sure they trusted Marcus with the company credit card, not you.
Well, probably did.
Yeah.
But typically back in those days, it was Greg Simmons who picked up the tab.
Well, sure.
He was just kind of like a daddy out on the road.
What do you mean, kinda?
Well, he was.
I mean.
So, see, there's
KSAP pays for everything.
So Marcus remembers and knows who I'm talking about, too. And I am not going to say the name. I won't do that. But it is what it is.
No.
Yeah. And Marcus is correct on that name, by the way. Yeah. I'd have to look
Marcus
back.
said he had the card. I actually know exactly who you're talking about. And
very attractive dude, obviously, so I understand why
sure.
he probably had, women hanging all over him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There was one time.
Uh-oh.
We were doing our show down at Rio Cantina. And there was what are you laughing at, Pledge? We were, it was a bunch of Cowboy players there. And a particular Cowboy was very, very freaked out because his girlfriend showed up at this event.
Uh-oh.
His wife was over yonder, and his girlfriend was there. And this dude put on headsets and did about an hour and a half of radio just to avoid both of them.
You know what? That's a vet move. And you guys were probably very happy, too.
Well, not really. It
that.
wasn't the greatest of interviews, but...
as he was looking around the whole time
and basically told us and the entire radio audience, because he didn't realize that we were live on the air, when he grabbed the headsets and was like, boys, I got to sit here for a while.
Wow. Look, and again, you can have your opinion on that and what happens, but it happens. It is life, and it happens in every single profession that there is. It doesn't make it right, but it is what it is. And unfortunately for Jacob Tobey, well, it cost him his job. And so that's where we're at. You want to chime in on that? You want to continue? We will continue this conversation, obviously, because it is the biggest news here in San Antonio, certainly. We'll also continue to talk about Kawhi Leonard. If you're just joining us, the Toronto Raptors have put that trade on hold with the LA Clippers due to the NBA's investigation into Kawhi Leonard. So we can talk about that as well. In the meantime, though, when we come back, dude, there is one guy who's having a worse day than Jacob Tobey or Kawhi Leonard, and it's his own fault.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe he did it to himself.
And
so did Jacob.
We will tell you why this man is having a bad day when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
KTFM Floresville. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the Blitz, 2 to 6 on YouTube and always at sasportstar.com.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagel for DraftKings. Did you know DraftKings is live in all 50 states? Yes, that means us here in Texas. Win or go home. That's it. That's the World Cup knockout round, and DraftKings has you covered for every single match. The DraftKings app is now live in Texas, so whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in Texas, the world's biggest stage in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with code 941SportsStar. Spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards over 21 days. That's code 941SportsStar. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim. Issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends July 19th. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month with Window Nation at 50% off all window styles. Yes, 50% off new, beautiful, energy-efficient windows, plus zero down, zero interest, and no payments for 2 years. Call now, 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
Let's be honest, watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the morning huddles. Rangers double dinger payday. Play ball! Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two, now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, Jacob Tobey is reportedly out as the Spurs play-by-play announcer after his girlfriend accused him of cheating on her with the sister of Lindy Waters III. Tobey's girlfriend posted about the alleged affair on his Instagram story in the middle of the night. Tobey, by the way, had just signed a multi-year extension with the Spurs in June. Quarterfinals of the World Cup begin in just a few minutes. In fact, France taking on Morocco. They will kick at 3. The game is on Fox.
Sports Center brought to you by SAPDcareers.com. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
We're over the hump. We're into Thursday. That weekend is, it's just right around the corner. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you're having a good one. Thanks for hanging out with us here on The Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. My name is Joe Reinagel. That fellow over there is Jason Minix. You having a good Thursday there, Minix?
I'm having a good Thursday.
Are you really? You don't sound very convincing.
Yay. It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
It is Thursday. There are a lot going on. We do have a poll question up on YouTube. It's around Jacob Tobey. If the reports are true, did the Spurs do the right thing by firing Jacob? Right now, no is at 60%. Yes is at 40%. Only 93 votes, so go vote there in the YouTube poll through sasportstar.com. You can find the shortcut, or if you're on YouTube, just search out San Antonio's Sports Star. Jacob's having a bad day. It's been a bad week.
Yeah.
But there is a guy. Let's talk about it in the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novo Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
Now, I'm a little distracted with this story that I'm reading on the pages of TMZ. Now, I don't know if everybody's TMZ page does the same kind of different pop-up links to other stories or whatnot. But as I'm reading this story, the little tease page that they always have in TMZ about other stories is stars who love hot dogs. And there's a picture of Paige Spiranac and in all her glory, if you will, and then somebody else eating a hot dog. And
not her?
No, not her.
I love wieners.
But see, and it's weird because the story is about an Indiana man who cut off his penis with a knife, then set it on fire. Now, how do you read an article like that and then keep scrolling and then you see Paige and hot dogs?
Well, yeah.
You see what I've seen.
Yeah, I see exactly.
Yeah, so this guy, Christopher Peden, told police that he walked inside his garage in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and sliced off his stuff with a kitchen knife.
With a kitchen knife.
Now, when I think kitchen knife, I'm thinking of a butter knife, dull, and
no, there are steak knives and
but it doesn't
stuff.
say steak knife. When I think kitchen knife, I'm basically thinking of butter knife.
Well,
which if you're cutting anything, let alone your own wiener, but if you're trying to really cause harm to yourself, I don't know. But yeah, so you're thinking steak knife?
It had to be.
Maybe you got a good brisket knife.
It would have taken an hour to cut his wiener off with a butter knife.
Well, all right. I mean, so he got his brisket knife out and sliced away. Then he placed, as it says, his severed penis on the floor.
How is he not screaming in pain?
Doused it with gasoline.
And bleeding all over the place.
And set it on fire. So he cut it off, put it on the floor, and set it on fire.
You know, this thing must have done something really bad to him.
Police and firefighters responded after receiving a call for a stabbing at a detached garage belonging to the property owners. So is this kind of like Novo Brewery? It's attached?
It's attached,
but this garage apparently isn't attached, right? The owners that were there, because I guess he lives in the detached garage, they were awakened and concerned, saw the garage burning, and then they realized that the dude was in there. He was rushed to the hospital, told investigators that he originally lied, and then he did confess to mutilating himself.
Well, how can you now? I'm just spitballing here. I'm not a doctor, and I don't play one on the radio. But I would assume there's blood everywhere. There's a lot of veins in that thing.
Well, I mean, you realize, kind of how it works is
exactly.
blood rushing, right?
So How could
it's hard. Yeah, it's definitely hard.
How could you say he tried to say he faked it?
Well, he said he falsely claimed he had been stabbed by someone downtown.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
I missed that
Yeah.
part. All right.
Yeah.
Well, not only you cut it off, but you set it on fire. Look, he was holding a grudge. I mean, there was something happening there. There's another side of the story.
He's in stable condition. Lawyers are trying to gather information to mount a defense.
Well, I'm not sure. Mount a defense against what?
Well, he did set a place on fire. They're also looking into his mental state.
Well, duh. I think that's a pretty easy one.
Now, the question is, though, were they able to save it and reattach it?
Dude, he burned it.
I mean,
he set it on fire. Now, my problem is, was he hammered? Either drugged out or something? You wake up the next day going, ah!
What did I
do? What happened last night?
Well, he doesn't look overly thrilled in his mugshot.
Holy cow. Dude, that's just a bizarre story.
I mean, at least with John Bobbitt, they were able to sew it back on.
Yeah, but she didn't light it on fire.
She didn't.
She just threw it out the window. Wasn't that the story where they're in a car and she throws it out the window? Dude, I can't even imagine doing that.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
All right.
You know, but keep in mind, kids, that could happen.
What do you mean it could happen?
It happened to John Bobbitt. She could slice it off. This guy did it to himself.
Dude, as we've learned today, and you've probably learned before today, a woman scorned is not a good thing. They can be vicious.
They could be.
Yes, they can be.
I mean,
wow.
They know your passcode.
Wow. Every dude in the world's cleaning his phone out right now. Is like, dude, quick, hurry. Oh, my gosh. Well, that dude hurt himself. This next dude was pleasuring himself, obviously. But he was doing it at the expense of a little league.
Well,
everybody's going, huh? What?
Let's call him former president of a little league in the Las Vegas area, serves families in East Las Vegas. He's been arrested after the league's board sent a letter to families notifying them of financial discrepancies in its bank account. According to an arrest report 8 News obtained, guy spent almost $65,000 on Las Vegas strip clubs, casinos, air travel, all kinds of stuff, ride shares, video games.
Viagra.
Yeah, and his car insurance.
Yes.
Detectives with Las Vegas Metro Police said that he used Zelle to send money to a business his wife owned, approximately 79 Zelle transfers totaling $63,972 that belonged to the Little League.
Stealing money from the Little Leaguers so you can go to a strip club and do things to yourself. That's it's
hard. Yeah, it's definitely hard.
It doesn't say he did anything to himself.
Well, he was obviously the strippers. That's a form of, I would think, pleasuring yourself.
Blowing your
trombone?
Well, it's entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't mean. I mean, maybe he got entertained, got his appetite, and then went home and saw his wife.
Well, maybe.
All right. I mean, there's nothing in here that said he was doing anything to himself.
I had to grind on that ugly ass dude.
Well, pledge.
Wow.
There's no mention of that either. I mean, he stole basically $65,000, went to the casino, air travel, so he bought a plane trip, went to a strip club, apparently took an Uber there, got his Viagra, but paid his car insurance.
Well, at least he's responsible.
Yeah.
He took an Uber.
Sure.
Nice.
I mean, give him credit for something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he won't be going anywhere.
Well, to jail.
Yes. Crazy. Crazy stuff.
A lot of crap in today's news.
Yes, there is.
There really is. This isn't fair, but it's a headline. Taco Bell changing the menu amid the explosive diarrhea parasite outbreak. That's the headline.
There were memes all over the place with this story because Taco Bell is famous for causing explosive diarrhea.
Yes.
Reportedly.
What I want to know, though, the fast food giant has reportedly pulled several fresh ingredients, including lettuce, pico, guac, and its cilantro onion blend from some local locations while health officials investigate a surge in the parasite that can trigger weeks of stomach misery. Explosive diarrhea. That's what it says.
Well, it's only now, if you're a Taco Bell fan, it's only in some locations.
Yes.
Where they actually have this outbreak. I don't think, has there been an outbreak here in Texas?
17 states have reported cases, including almost 1,000 people affected in Michigan alone. And we saw the other day, New York City is actually triple the number that was original than what was originally reported.
Well, so
now,
if
Taco
anybody...
Bell hasn't been identified as the source of the outbreak. That says, to be clear in the article, but officials haven't said anyone has gotten sick from eating at the chain. See, it's a very unfair story to Taco Bell.
Well, but they are removing all their fresh ingredients.
Which is why would they remove the fresh ingredients?
Is that where the parasite lives?
Well, I don't know, but at these particular locations, you can't tell them hold the lettuce. They are doing that for you.
Well, I mean, it's like the parasite can't live in that dog food that they serve.
It's not dog food. Your wife loves Taco Bell.
I know it. I like Taco Bell, too.
So do I.
Taco Bell, I'm sorry. I'm kidding.
Taco Bell is high quality.
That happened back in, do you remember the chain Ponchos?
Yeah, with the dog food?
Yeah.
They're serving Alpo down in Corpus, right?
Yes.
You raise the flag?
Yeah. They got caught serving Alpo. And it was delicious, apparently. I must really like Alpo. That was
started scratching behind your ear a lot and trying to clean yourself.
That was when I was a kid, man. That was like a treat. My dad, get in the car, we're driving to Corpus, going to Ponchos. Woo!
Was that the raise the flag place?
It is, yeah. All you can eat.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if I ever ate Alpo or not, but I wouldn't be surprised. And but yeah, they got busted for that. I wish Ponchos were still around. That place was great.
I think there's reasons that you just explained as to why they're not.
Maybe. Who knows? Have you ever pissed your wife off, Jason, to the point of almost no return?
Depends on the day.
No, I guess so. One guy, I think, has pissed his wife off pretty much to the point almost of no return. A music producer got an invitation to Taylor Swift's and Travis Kelce's wedding.
Well, you just call it how it is. It was Taylor's day.
Taylor's day.
And Travis just happened to be there.
The guy thought it was spam, and he deleted it.
What?
And then he had to tell his wife.
Why would he tell his wife?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, really?
But she was pissed.
Now, he says he got it looked like spam. How often do you get a text and you know it's spam and you just delete it? Often.
A lot, sure.
Right?
But I mean, I don't know who is it coming from?
Well, he said it was from her manager, but it didn't look like anything her manager would normally send. And there was no follow-up. You would think that Taylor would have followed up, like, how have you not responded?
Well, he's the only dumbass that did that.
Well,
everybody else seemed to get it just fine.
Again, he thought it was spam.
That dude's sleeping on the couch for a while.
Well, look, I mean, the wife thought that they should go. I mean, he wrote one of her songs. They've gone to dinner together.
Yes.
They know Taylor. You know, but again, isn't that Taylor's fault? You send it to the dude, not the wife, right?
Well,
I mean, anybody that knows you and your wife knows if they really want to get anything done, they ask Maggie.
Yes.
Same thing with my wife. They'll ask Joanna, not me, because I'm going to say, I don't know, check with Joanna. A friend of mine just emailed me earlier, hey, let's get together and go out. And I was like, call Joanna and figure out what day. She'll just tell me when to be there.
Yes.
Right? That's
the way to do
don't
it.
leave it up to me because it ain't going to get done.
I have a feeling Taylor had nothing to do with it. It was Taylor said, here's the guest list and handle it.
Uh-huh.
Taylor didn't know who was invited or who showed up or who RSVP'd or whatever the hell.
She's still a bride. Is all the weddings that you've had to put on.
Dude, there were 25 1,200 people there, 1,000. What was it?
1,200.
1,200? You think Taylor Swift gave a damn?
Probably. They were all handpicked.
You think?
But of all the weddings that you've put on all the brides that you've had to deal with, do you think they didn't know who was where? And you're putting out the seating chart?
None of my daughters are Taylor Swift.
Well, obviously. But, you know, the whole RSVP list.
The hell's wrong with
what
my
do you mean
kids?
so-and-so, the producer of this song, isn't RSVP?
The hell's wrong with my kids?
And again, if you felt like you should have gotten an invite, why wouldn't you say, dude, I didn't make the cut? There's 1,200 people and I didn't make the cut?
Wow.
You'd have think that this dude's wife, because clearly he didn't give a damn, but his wife did. She should have made a phone call. She knows Taylor.
Dude, I was not in charge of any guest list or anything else, and so I didn't know who was invited, who wasn't.
But your daughters did.
Well, they did.
Yeah.
I didn't hear any of them complaining about who was there and who wasn't. I didn't hear it. I'm saying I didn't say they didn't do it.
You didn't hear any of the complaints.
I didn't hear it.
Now, I could make a lot of jokes about how you didn't hear any of the complaints. They were probably there, but you weren't paying attention.
I did not care. Why would I?
Exactly. You were kind of hoping there'd be a lot of no's because that's less people at the open bar.
Did not care. I did not give a damn. Well, let's go from one guy who's sleeping on the couch to another guy that is the GOAT.
He's had his time on the couch, too.
Tom Brady giving advice to Victor Wembanyama. Interesting. One GOAT to the next, or the maybe one day GOAT? Perhaps.
I know where you're going with that.
Yeah. We'll return.
GOAT talk coming
this is
up.
The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Morning Huddle.
Yeah, 0.78 a Bitcoin. So I'm
almost have a
0.2.
full coin. That's not
almost.
bad.
Yeah.
And the reason he said that he doesn't give his wife the password is because he doesn't. When he dies, he doesn't want her next husband to have access.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want her to think about that it's worth more.
It just
too
seems,
much.
That just seems like such a petty thing to think about. Like,
I'm petty all the way.
He's like,
man.
I'm like, aren't you worried about taking care of your wife when you die? No, I don't want that guy, whoever is the next guy, to have access to that money.
Till death do us part.
And then we part. We can part as friends, but we freaking part.
Yeah.
No life insurance.
That includes my money.
Dying, you're on your own.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, gotcha.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Headline Blitz is brought to you by Novo Brewery, San Antonio's newest sports watching destination with over 80 feet of video walls, 60 craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. A full bar and delicious menu. Novo Brewery is attached to North Star Mall and open late hours. San Antonio, the world's largest soccer matchup is underway, and Novo Brewery is where you need to be for every single match. We're talking 80-plus feet of massive video walls, so you feel every goal. Full bar, craft beer on tap, impressive food lineup, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, and more. Novo Brewery isn't just a bar, it is San Antonio soccer headquarters. It's attached to North Star Mall with late-night hours, because the world never sleeps during the global game. NovoBrew.com.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month with Window Nation at 50% off all window styles. Yes, 50% off new, beautiful, energy-efficient windows, plus 0 down, 0 interest, and no payments for 2 years. Call now, 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce. Pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
That'll be $84.52.
Perfect. Grab the bags, honey.
Mom, why do you always check your phone before we pay?
I'm just claiming my cash back on the Upside app. Since we're getting the groceries here and we filled up the car on the way, I've already earned enough this morning to pay for that pizza night we're having Friday.
Wait, so the app pays for pizza?
Not exactly, but the cash I earn on stuff we need helps us pay for the stuff we want. It's just a little win for our family every week.
Get more out of your everyday. Upside is the free app that gets you cash back on routine purchases like gas, groceries, and dining out at more than 100,000 locations nationwide. No points, no rebates, just cash back straight to your wallet. Download the free Upside app and use promo code ACT5 to get a $5 bonus on your first purchase. That's promo code ACT5 to get a $5 bonus. Remember, use promo code ACT5.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If pain is slowing you down, you don't have to live with it. We target the source of your pain for fast, lasting relief. No pain pills, no surgery. Most patients notice results in just one visit. We accept most insurance plans, so getting help is easy. Don't wait. Visit Arasti.com today. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
To find the location nearest you, visit Arasti.com.
This World Cup update on San Antonio Sports Star is brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks is unmatched for every match. With 29-degree drafts of Michelob Ultra, handcrafted Casamigos margaritas, a scratch-made menu, and screens that put you in the front row of every game, it's all going down at the Lodge. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Westwood One Sports presents this World Soccer update. It's time for the quarterfinals. France and Morocco getting started right now in Foxborough. Rematch of the 2022 semifinal in Qatar, won by France 2-0. Les Bleus, the odds-on favorite to win this year's tournament, outscoring opponents 14-2 so far through 5 matches, all wins. Midfielder Michael Olise, who leads all players with 5 assists, is starting on a yellow card after FIFA rejected an appeal. If he picks up another yellow today and France wins, he'd be suspended for the semifinals. Speaking of suspensions, England's Jarrell Kwanzaa gets a 2-match ban for his red card against Mexico in the round of 16, so he's going to miss Saturday's quarterfinal against Norway and the semifinals should England advance. Again, France and Morocco are underway in Foxborough. With this 2026 World Soccer Update, I'm Brad Heller, Westwood One Sports.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
How's your Thursday, everybody? Hope it's a good one. Hope you're having a good day. Whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, we appreciate you spending a little time with us here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He's Jason. Lots going on today. So, I'm happy you're here, and it's a good thing you are.
It's always good that you're here.
Absolutely. You learn a lot of things from 2 to 6, Monday through Friday.
More than most. Friend of mine, Jeff, and he's not one that would use OMG, but he uses OMG a couple of times about the dude that cut off his wiener and set it on fire.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think most guys kind of grabbed their crotch when they heard that story.
Yeah. Kids, don't do that to yourself.
Yeah, I don't know what that dude was thinking.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe he had a hot date and it just wouldn't work right.
Look, there's a lot of pro athletes. They get cut when they don't perform. Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah, don't do that.
I mean, that's career ending.
That's a lifetime contract. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Don't do that.
Actually, maybe he read the story about the dude that raised all that money on the GoFundMe that has the world's smallest and was trying to get the enlargement surgery paid for.
Perhaps.
Maybe he was trying to compete for a world record. I don't think it works that way.
No.
But maybe that's what he was thinking.
Yeah, well.
Who knows? But you do. You learn things every day. Like, probably not a good idea to take a knife anywhere near that region.
No.
You don't want to do that. Morocco and France are playing in the World Cup, and I think we're going to get a foul inside the penalty box area, so we might actually have a penalty kick coming up.
For Morocco. Is that Morocco in the red?
They are in the red. France is wearing white.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
I believe. Because, see, the score bug has the little white outline for France and then the red outline for Morocco.
A flop and a half.
What do you mean it's a flop and a half? It is soccer. The dude kicked his leg and not the ball. He might have been going for the ball, but he was nowhere there. Have you not learned enough soccer? We educate you here. That is a foul.
What I've been educated on watching soccer is that these dudes are professional flop artists.
Yes.
They are. They're good at it, and they've perfected it. And SGA has nothing on any of these guys.
Is their goalie's name Bono?
Bono?
Is that what it said on the back of his jersey?
Well, isn't that a good French name?
Well, it's the lead singer from U2.
No, I know who that is.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Sure? So we're going to end up with a penalty kick here. Now it's going to take them 5 or 6 minutes, and look, they're going to go to the VAR just to double-check everything.
That it's not a red card?
Well, no, they're going to determine if it's a penalty, and a penalty kick is going to be awarded. They want to make sure things are fair.
Or was it
because
just a
we all
good
know every
flop?
time they go to the VAR, they get it right.
It was just a good flop.
It was a good flop. It is.
We'll see. A lot of people, honestly, I've heard a lot of so-called soccer experts today saying that if France is going to be upset, it could very well be against Morocco.
Really?
Yes. Apparently, Morocco is a lot like France. They've got quick athletes.
They don't have an Mbappe.
Well, no, they don't have that. But I'm just saying, style-wise, they're very similar teams from what these so-called experts said.
All right, so we're lining up. We're getting ready for the penalty kick. Is Mbappe going to take the kick? Of course he is. So it's about to be 1-0 France as soon as the referee gets everything situated.
I don't know.
Mbappe was the one fouled.
Well, I know he was the one fouled.
He was the one that flopped?
Yeah. Well, you can't. He's solid.
Well, he flopped.
Call
it what it is.
He sold the penalty.
Okay.
I mean, but it was a legit penalty because the dude was nowhere near the soccer ball and he hit his leg. I mean, look, I'm a soccer expert now for about 9 minutes. That was clearly a foul. And Bono's about to give up a goal to Mbappe.
I just want everybody to remember this conversation when we get into the NBA season.
Well, why?
The Spurs play the Thunder. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, stop.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, you're not happy with these guys flopping. You're going to be mad because NBA guys do it too?
Just saying. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. All right, here we go. Uh-oh. The wind must have blown the ball off the tee.
There's no tees here, sir.
Dude, I know that.
Are you sure?
You don't know what sarcasm is? Do you have any idea?
No, was that sarcasm?
Holy cow.
You need to work on that, sir.
He's
stuttering up. There's and it's Bono makes the save.
How about
Mbappe fails at the penalty kick.
Wow.
Because he stutter stepped. He outfooled himself.
He did. He
Dude, he didn't even kick it. Come
Screw it.
on. I mean, now, Joe, you know what this is like. You know when you're lining up for a putt and you leave it 3 feet short because you don't hit it hard enough?
Yeah.
That's what Mbappe just did on that penalty kick.
Yeah, that was bad.
I mean,
That
the
was
guy
really bad.
dove, landed on the ground, and then the ball rolled into him.
That just pissed Mbappe off.
Oh,
though,
it
watching.
did.
Yeah, because he's going to come back now and score a real goal.
It's 0-0. Well, that would have been a real goal. You know, they all count.
Well, I know they all count, but it's a penalty kick versus, like, action. There's no action in a penalty
Soccer
kick.
experts.
Dude.
Here on the Blitz. Love the World Cup. I'm glad it only happens every, how many years? 4?
4, yes.
Like we said.
The next one will be in
experts
2030.
at it. You know, we get the NBA Finals every year.
We do.
As they go to the hydration break.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, there was a lot of criticism of Victor Wembanyama during the postseason. And because of how he handled some press conferences. One of the things that I think we all love about Wemby is he's very honest. He does not always give your cliche BS answers. He's very honest. I appreciate that. But there are times that he did say some things that you go, dude, how did you say that? And we're all hypocritical when it comes to criticizing what an athlete will say after a game. Dude, you can't say that. But then if they just talk in cliches, we bitch about them always talking in cliches. But at one point during the NBA Finals, and he's not wrong, he said, we dominated them, but you were down in the series. But for a good majority of the game, for about 45 minutes of each of the games, the Spurs were the dominant team. They were the better team, but they didn't win. Tom Brady, on the New Heights podcast that dropped last night, the podcast with the newly married Travis Kelce and his brother Jason, they had Tom Brady as a guest, and Tom Brady talking about post-game comments and a little advice for Victor.
Every brick in the road that you put down is an opportunity for you to travel that road to be successful. But every brick you put in a wall is just an excuse that blocks your opportunity to get to where you want to get to go.
I love that.
And I think you create excuses, and they're very built in. And again, think about how we're living these days, like with these guys that come in, that everybody, their agents, their mom, dad, their sisters, their brothers, they're willing, okay, you lose a game, and losing sucks. It feels horrible for all of us. And it's amazing to have the support from people to come in and go, hey, man, it's not your fault. It was the defense's fault.
Right. Yeah.
Not your fault. It was the coach's fault. Not your fault. It was the ref's fault. Not your fault. And the reality is maybe that helps for like 5 seconds. But in the end, it doesn't change any of the outcomes. And I always feel like if you really want to grow up, just take it all on yourself. Just say, no, it's my fault. I got to do better.
Yeah.
I got to do better. I got to, like I heard Wemby talk the other day after the game, and he said, and they had a great finals. It was, it was a tough game.
Yeah.
Knicks were on fire. They won however many, 15 to 16 playoff games.
Were
13 or 14.
Keep going.
Insane. And then, there was a part of Wemby said, we dominated every game. And I'm like, it's not the point.
Yeah.
Like I want to just, and I love Wemby. Don't get me wrong. I love
he's gonna
him.
be
Like
great,
he is
yeah.
the most mature. He's going to have a tremendous career. But it's also like, I always think when I see people talk, how would I answer that question?
Mm-hmm.
And the reality for everybody is like, they were better than we were.
Yeah.
And we got to do a better job. That's simple. Like that's actually very motivating.
Yeah.
Like they were better. We need to do better. Great. That's what it takes to win a championship. We were better. You guys were better than us, Jason, when we played you. Trav, like we had a better day than you. It actually doesn't mean we're a better team. We had a better day.
Well, the Knicks had 4 better days than the Spurs. And Tom Brady's exactly right, and I hope somebody tells Wemby that. And look, again, that's what you do. Whether it's right, whether you believe it or not, that's what leaders do. I've got to play better. This is my team. I've got to do a better job. Now, and we criticized Wemby when he said that. Yeah, we dominated those guys. Well, you did until it mattered. And then you didn't.
Yeah, you did until you didn't.
And so that's the problem. And it doesn't matter what you did throughout the game. All that matters is what's on the scoreboard when the final buzzer sounds. And so I hope Wemby hears that and takes it to heart, or somebody tells him that, because again, he makes comments like that, and I understand it, but you can't do it. And what I find funny before we go to break And Brady just fell into the trap too. We all do it, regardless of whether it's Wemby or whoever else. You're about to criticize somebody, but you're, I love Wemby.
Mm-hmm.
I love Wemby. Don't get me wrong. I love Wemby. But we all do that.
Well, and again, it's hard to criticize somebody when you love the way they're playing. And for the most part, the level of criticism for everything else that he's done, and I think part of it too is Wemby was right. They dominated until they didn't.
That's not what you say, because that doesn't matter.
He didn't
Who
give
cares?
the Knicks the credit. And I believe at the time, was that after game 2? He probably still felt like they were going to win that series. And if they win that series, it's not a discussion. Then when you lose the series 4-1 and you blow a 29-point lead in the process, it makes those comments. Whether it was game 1 or 2, I don't remember.
I thought he said it after the finals. When they lost, he said that.
Was it after the
Yes,
finals?
he said it afterwards.
Yeah, was that one?
I mean, and again, you could look back, he's right. They did. Yeah, they did, but they lost the game. And so it doesn't matter what you did for 3.5 quarters. Only matters what happens on the final buzzer and the scoreboard. And so that's what the criticism there. And it's fair to criticize Wemby.
It is.
I mean, it is. Everybody thinks, we can't do that. Let's not criticize Wemby. It's fair to do that. He's going to be a great player. I truly believe that. But again, there's some other things besides being a good player that he's got to grow up and do better. And one of those things is on the podium. So there you go. Hopefully he'll take Tom Brady's advice, because that's what leaders do.
And one of the things is, France just almost had a goal, but it trickled wide. One of the things, though, with Victor, because he has said this, he works on his press conference game. He wants to be great at everything, including press conferences. And we saw in the postseason him get a little frustrated a couple of different times, and I think he probably will hear that Tom Brady said something like that, or go back and listen to it, and maybe he cringes too. But in the moment, that's how he felt. It's hard to lose a finals when you feel like the better team didn't win, but the better team won 4 times. Yes, you blew leads in every one of those games. You have to give the Knicks credit for that. But, and even Tom Brady kind of little shot. I don't know if you were the better team. You were the better team that day. And that's how the Knicks were. And
that's all that matters, right, when it comes to either Super Bowls or NBA Finals.
Although
the better team usually wins.
In Super Bowls, who's the better team that day? In a best-of-7 series, the better team normally wins, because you got to win 4 times. You can have a bad day in a finals and bounce back, and generally in a finals, the better team wins. I think Spurs fans still don't think the better team overall won the NBA Finals.
Well, then they're delusional.
Well,
I mean, that's how else do you put it? Yeah, they won 4-1. It wasn't like it was a 4-3 series. It was 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think the Spurs were the better team, you're not thinking straight. I mean, that's just the only way to look at it. I don't see how you look at it any other way. We've got to take a break. We got a lot to do. There are some coaches on the hot seat in the NFL. We're going to talk about that. Jacob Tobey reportedly fired by the Spurs today. We're going to talk about that. The other piece of breaking news today is that the Clippers-Raptors trade for Kawhi Leonard has been stopped for now. We'll talk about all of that when we continue here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. What are you doing this weekend? Or how about tomorrow? How about Monday? Maybe Tuesday? Doesn't make any difference if you're playing golf out at the Golf Club of Texas, because, well, they're open 7 days a week. Looks like a private country club, but they don't shut down on Mondays like most private country clubs do. They're open 7 days a week, and it is a public course. Certainly doesn't look like a public course. It looks like a schwanky private course. The way they take care of that golf course is second to none. They've made so many improvements out there. It is just a phenomenal place to go play, and it's a fun golf course to play if you've never been out there. If you've been out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is an outstanding place. And when you make your tee time, make sure you make time to go to the Tin Cup Bar and Grill. Get out there, have some food. The food is fantastic. They've got a full menu for you out there, and the food is great. And the best part about that is it's not going to break the bank. The prices are fantastic. And then they've got a full bar as well. Any kind of cocktail you want, they can whip that up for you. They've got all kinds of beer that you can drink there at the Tin Cup Bar and Grill, or you can load it up on your cart and take it with you out on the golf course. It is just a great day to have a lot of fun with your family, with your friends, whatever you want to do. The Golf Club of Texas, you know exactly where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether you want to head out there for dinner at the Tin Cup or around with your buddies, how about your next tournament? You want to go check them out because the best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the morning huddles. Rangers double dinger payday. Play ball! Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like public works supervisor.
Hey, this waterman is under a ton of pressure. Did you ever fix it?
Yeah, 3 layers of duct tape. Wait, should I have added a 4th layer?
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. We've got a huge variety of metals in stock, and we cut to size fast. Bottom line, we get it done fast, so you get it done fast. Doesn't get easier than that. Metal Supermarkets, the convenient stores for metal. Find a store or buy online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
On the next Morning Huddle, World Cup quarterfinals continue. How'd the Spurs do against the Atlanta Hawks? And everything you need to charge into a busy summer weekend. Party starts early. Get here at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back here on the Blitz on a big breaking news day, that is for sure. A lot of stuff happening today. As Spurs are playing right now in the Summer League, they are in Las Vegas. They're taking on the Atlanta Hawks. It's 16-11 right now. Hawks with the lead. Still about 4:39 to play in the first quarter. We'll keep you updated on what's happening there if you really want to know.
You know, the reality is with this Summer League game, I'm more interested in watching Kingston Flemings from the Atlanta Hawks than I am the San Antonio Spurs.
Well, that's true, and I know people are going to hate me for this. I'd much rather watch Morocco and France, to be totally honest with you. Just saying.
Me too. And apparently our TV doesn't have split screen. It's still 0-0.
And we'll go back to it. And
yes.
We'll go back
Pledge
to it.
is about to wear out that remote.
Yeah, he is. He may have to change the batteries on that particular thing. But again, we mentioned all the breaking news, obviously with Jacob Tobey. Reportedly, I still have not seen anything official about his firing, but it is being reported that he's been fired as the TV play-by-play guy for the San Antonio Spurs. Kawhi Leonard, the trade with the Clippers and the Raptors has been put on hold until the NBA concludes its, as of now, 10-month investigation. So I'm not sure when that's going to conclude. We did mention there's some coaches on the hot seat, too, in the NFL as we head into the season. But
and we'll get into that
yeah.
because, I mean, you understand when you're a coach, you can get fired if you don't win enough. And there's a lot of ways to get fired. If the reports are true when it comes to Jacob Tobey, and the other day, as we've talked about, when it was just on social media, we chose, all right, that's somebody's personal life. That's not our business.
Exactly.
Now, you can't help but talk about it. But honestly, it feels wrong. Our poll question on YouTube, and you can go vote, sasportstar.com, click through on the shortcut, or if you're on YouTube, search out San Antonio Sports Star. If the reports are true, did the Spurs do the right thing with the Jacob Tobey firing? 62% of you say no. A guy should not have lost his job for cheating on his girlfriend. And again, that's the part, like, we're not talking about married people, although it was a long-term relationship.
6 years, I think, right?
Now, yes, if you're an HR specialist, we're talking about, if, again, all the reports are true and what was on the Instagram, the other person involved here is the sister of a current NBA player, Lindy Waters, his sister. Well, again, we're not talking about Lindy's wife. We're talking about his sister.
Who's not married either, reportedly.
Yeah. And I know Claymore says, I love how Jason says if reports are true. Because until it's official, if reports are true, it is fair, right? Even Colin Cowherd today was like, you can get fired for that?
Something new today that you can get fired in America for cheating on your girlfriend. I had no idea that was legal. That literally happened. It's a big story. You can get fired in America for cheating on not your wife, a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Feels like you should hire an attorney. That is a crazy story.
You know, I mean, he makes a lot of sense, and I am shocked that he got fired. And I've said that throughout the show today. I really did not think that it was going to cause him to lose his job. So that's why I speculate, was there something else that we haven't heard? Did something else happen that pushed this over the edge? Because, again, you can think whatever you want, ladies, men, whatever you want about cheating. If you're married, you got kids, and it causes problems in the family and leads to divorce, all of that, I think that's a little different than if you're in a relationship with somebody, you're not married, don't know if they were planning to be married or if Jacob had plans to pop the question at some point in time. I don't know. But there's no kids, no marriage. How does just that alone result in somebody being fired from their job?
This is where, and I know somebody out there listening works in HR. Now, or some sort of an employment attorney. Because Colin's like, get a lawyer. I got to believe before the Spurs made the decision they had their lawyers and their HR people determine whether or not this is the move that they should make. I don't know what was in Toby's contract as far as any kind of moral clause.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's always that very vague deal in contracts about anything that's embarrassing to the team or you know.
I would bet that there was something like that.
And again, but to lose your gig over it when he just signed a new contract. And, you know, forget whether or not you like the guy or he's great at what he does or whether you're a fan of him or not. And I am. And the idea that you can lose your job over something like that. And he's got a great job, had a great job. But I don't care what you do. It seems surprising. Now, was there more to it? I don't know. I don't know what, you know, HR, if they had a long list of, you know, was he late? I don't know. It just feels like, really?
They just gave him a contract extension in June.
Yep.
I mean, so it's not like they were unhappy with him. You don't extend somebody's contract if you're unhappy with him. So I don't know if there was something else that hasn't come out publicly in this whole thing or not. But I just it baffles me that somebody can lose their job. But it's unfortunate that it got out, and it did. Typically, a lot of these kind of things don't. But Jacob is a public figure, and I think his I don't know if they're still his then girlfriend decided to make it public, and show it to all the world, and that that's her prerogative, I suppose, and a woman scorned and all of that kind of stuff. But to me, there's got to be something else. I just can't imagine losing a job over what we know as of right now.
And again, when you look at it, there is embarrassment to the organization. There's public embarrassment for Jacob Tobey, which should be punishment enough, right?
Yeah, sure.
But it did involve a player. Now, granted, you're talking about a player's sister, but a player is now being associated with it. Lindy Waters did nothing, but his picture and his name is everywhere. So was Sean Elliott's, for that matter, because the gazillion pictures of Jacob Tobey include Sean Elliott.
Sure.
But at the same time, the Spurs legal department knew what they were doing and probably anticipated some of the backlash from it. And even if Jacob were to, what's the term, wrongful termination lawsuit, Spurs, all right, whatever the settlement would be, you just can't work here. And, again, you think about the Spurs history, and a lot of us have been around long enough to remember this or that and some various stories. And, it just feels odd that when it's all said and done, when this first started the other day, I was like, man, it's going to be a bad week for Jacob, and then we'll all move on.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah, it's just embarrassing for him. Embarrassing, but look, if something like this, if you just let this go 2 or 3 weeks, we're not talking about it. Training camps get started, and it's not just us; it's everybody. And you forget about stuff like this. And Jacob would have probably had to answer some questions and apologize and all of that kind of stuff. And that I understand, but being fired, if that is definitely the case, which sounds like it is, to me, that's pretty harsh. It's my opinion.
We all have opinions on it. And I think 60-40 right now on our poll. People saying, yep, they did the right thing, is at 40%. 60% say no, they didn't do the right thing, which means you wish I don't know how you punish somebody. I mean, you talk about you getting fired on your day off. It's the off season. You're on vacation, and you go that route.
Well, unfortunately, it sounds like Jacob Tobey was fired today as the play-by-play television guy for the San Antonio Spurs, and not sure exactly the reasons for it, but he was. You can go vote on the poll and express your opinion on whether you think it was justified or not, if those reports are true. Go to sasportstar.com. There's a nice shortcut there to our YouTube page. You can do that. If you're on YouTube looking for us, just look for San Antonio Sports Star. You'll be able to find it there. Before we go to a break, Minix, we are going to give away some tickets.
Yeah?
Yeah. Did you know the Striper's going to be here? Striper.
Absolutely.
At the Aztec Theater on July 19th. That is a week from this Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be there. Legendary hits, high energy performance, and they're coming to downtown San Antonio. If you don't win tickets, you can go to livenation.com and buy them there if you'd like to go see Striper. But I tell you what, somebody's going to get a pair of them to win right now.
Caller number 8.
656-3776, 656-ESPN. Caller number 8, you get a pair of tickets to go see Striper on July 19th. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And if you're finding and trying to figure out what you're going to do this Saturday, let me recommend you go watch the San Antonio Gunslingers in action Saturday afternoon, 4 o'clock kickoff inside Freeman Coliseum. The Gunslingers taking on the Orlando Pirates, and they're celebrating America's 250th birthday this Saturday. See, they didn't have a game at home last Saturday, so it's their special Patriot game this Saturday. First 1,000 fans through the door, they're going to get a free commemorative flag. And you want to go early for the U.S. Army's Freedom Fan Zone that's going to be outside with face painting for the kids and all kinds of other activities. And then, of course, inside, starting at 4 o'clock, you get the great indoor football. I love watching indoor football. It's so much fun. Hard-hitting, lots of excitement, and the game day atmosphere for the Gunslingers is incredible. It's their red, white, and Gunslingers blue celebration this Saturday afternoon, 4 o'clock. The Gunslingers taking on the Orlando Pirates. Get your tickets now, sagunslingers.com. Now, active duty, military, and first responders, you get in free with your ID there at the box office. If you're not active duty, you're not a first responder, take the kids, take the entire family. sagunslingers.com. Get your tickets now.
Riding 410 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Kohl's knows summer comes with a few family debates, like what's the best ice cream flavor, or who gets the good pool noodle. But when it comes to Kohl's summer outfits, everyone's in agreement. They're comfy, they're cool, they're stylish. And the best part, they're 20% off. Make the season a little easier with looks your whole family will sign off on at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles, offer ends July 19th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Soccer fans, you know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. From World Cup to baseball to all the fights, get into the Roo Pub. And when you show up at the Roo, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo. If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, breaking news all over the place today. Jacob Tobey is reportedly out as Spurs play-by-play announcer after his girlfriend accused him of cheating on her with the sister of Lindy Waters III. Now, Toby had just signed a multi-year extension with the Spurs in June. The Toronto Raptors acquired star Kawhi Leonard from the LA Clippers in late June. Questions immediately arose regarding his status. He is still under investigation for impermissible benefits.
Sports Center brought to you by SAPDcareers.com. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagle. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Good Thursday afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a good one. Appreciate you spending a little time with us here on The Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix, and well, we are chasing things and talking about all kinds of breaking stuff here on 94.1 this afternoon.
Yeah, we certainly are. And, of course, you guys can always be a part of the show. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 on Twitter. He is at Joe Reinagle 210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix. If you're watching on YouTube, you can always comment there. Get to YouTube through sasportstar.com. Our poll question today, 150 votes. If reports are true, did the Spurs do the right thing with the Jacob Tobey firing? 60% say no, the Spurs did not do the right thing. 40% of you say yes. Still plenty of time to go vote.
And a lot of conversation on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page for and against what happened with Jacob Tobey. And look, you've got an opinion one way or the other. I think that's great. You've got an opinion. We've got an opinion as well, and that's why we do this show like this. But I'm just, whatever you think of this thing, you think of this thing, and so
I did not think when it first started the other day on social media, I figured it'd be a bad week for Jacob, and then we'd all move on. And you would see little snarky comments here and there once the season got started. But to lose your job over that, again, nobody was married, and we're talking about the sister of a current player, not the wife of a current player. Now, granted, HR is HR. A morals clause in your contract. Is it embarrassing for the organization? Absolutely. But to lose your job over that, and it's a great job. If he worked in, I don't know, the season ticket sales department, would he have lost a job? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure he would have either. But again, for public
facing
folks, things are a little bit different. And I know some people lose their job over things, some don't. But I really would have thought that, especially with Jacob getting an extension in June, you come out, you fall on the sword, so to speak. You apologize, say how sorry you are, that you embarrassed yourself, the Spurs organization, and that would have been the end of it. And then you move on. And I think that would have been the end of it as far as this goes. But that's not the case, at least according to reports. The Spurs have decided that this is a fireable offense, and that is reportedly what they have done.
And at this point, it's all speculation. I do wonder how upset was Lindy Waters over this. And again, I don't have a sister, but I can imagine if you had a sister. But again, that his sister and if he has more than one, sisters, they've been around basketball players their whole life, right? You know, and once you're grown, right? You know, but I do wonder, though, if in the workplace there was some issues, which obviously the Spurs had to react a little bit differently. And again, we're all speculating at this point. The other part, you know, I hope Jacob has a good employment attorney, but at the same time, you wonder, you know, there's only 30 of these jobs. If you sue for wrongful termination, does that affect the rest of your potential NBA broadcasting career?
Yeah, I think Jacob probably will take some time to reflect on that, to talk to some people who are knowledgeable when it comes to things like that. And we don't know the circumstances. Honestly, we don't know what the Spurs said to him, how this was handled, if there's something else. Well, I mean, we don't know. All we know what is public now and what the reports say. The Spurs have not issued any sort of announcement that Jacob Tobey has been fired. So I think a lot more information is going to come out, and hopefully we'll find out a little more information. But I think Jacob has some thinking to do, and what is best for his life moving forward. I mean, keep in mind, Jacob Tobey's only 28 years old.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a young man. And so he's got an entire career ahead of him. So he's got a lot of thinking to do.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Joshua, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
My thing with this Jacob Tobey, I was with you, Jason. I thought the exact same thing. People are just going to make fun of it when it starts out. It's going to be the San Antonio's version of the Vrabel and Rossini. For this man to lose his job over cheating on his girlfriend, because it wasn't his wife, is crazy to me. Because y'all do have a player in the Raptors, and the Spurs were very vigilant in getting a certain player to the Hall of Fame. And I'm not going to say his name, but he did play point guard, and he did wear number 9. And he did also sleep with his
allegedly.
Hold on.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Okay. Allegedly. But it's one of those, y'all have that, but y'all didn't do anything to him. And now to Toby, who with allegedly cheated on his girlfriend. Like, to me, that's just childish. Like, I don't understand what the Spurs organization is doing. There's been a lot of questions. Even in the playoffs, y'all have all these millions of dollars sitting on the bench and not playing when you could have probably used that money to buy some tickets to get some San Antonio fans in instead of the Knicks fans. We'll digress. We won't talk about extra L's this organization has had. So, yeah, I just don't think that. But I also want this to be a lesson to all the fellas out there. I know there's some single fellas in Pledge. I want you to all perk your ears up and listen to this.
Uh-oh.
When they're a 10, remember, they come with a 10 type red flag, too. Just there's a certain amount of crazy, and you have to know that crazy can come out. So just watch the red flags and pay attention, fellas.
You know, all of us have a little bit of crazy. I mean,
some just hide it better than others.
I mean, the reality, though, because we know there's been all kinds of different stories throughout the history of the organization. While it has nothing to do with sleeping with anybody, not everybody gets treated the same. I remember Jimmy Johnson, cut a guy once because he slept in or was late to a meeting. What happens if Emmitt Smith was sleeping in the meeting? We turn out the lights and get him a pillow. Not everybody gets treated the same.
Well, and that's true. And in some of the stories he's referring to, there are different versions of what happened and what didn't happen. So, before we go there, we just want to be fair to everybody. But look, we're all human. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does things that they probably regret. And who knows? Maybe Jacob and Ms. Waters, maybe they were falling in love. I mean, we don't know. There's a story there, and that's why it's so kind of just ridiculous in my mind that you lose your job over something like this.
Again, it's somebody's personal life. Adults making decisions. Maybe not the best decisions, but it's adults making decisions. And I'm with you. I'm stunned that you would lose a job like that over that. I would imagine. Well, Jacob probably knew, if this is all true, that he might lose a longtime girlfriend over this. I'm pretty sure he didn't think he would lose his job over this.
Well, who knows? And look, fellas, we all easily can fall into that trap, and you're not thinking about the consequences or whatever. I mean, okay, so I love the fact that there's a lot of people out here saying, you know, what a scumbag, and how can you want him to stay? And I get all of that. We're all human, and I appreciate your comments, but there's not one of you out there that hasn't made a stupid decision in your life at one point in time, or a handful of stupid decisions. And so, you know, let's go with that. He made a bad decision. He did, apparently. We don't know the circumstances, and that's the thing. We don't know the circumstances. So, I mean, for anybody to sit here and judge Jacob Tobey's character is to me is kind of, I don't know, a little premature at this point in time.
It's going to be interesting to see what fallout is, if there is. And again, Spurs haven't made anything official, although I don't know that the Spurs would. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we never hear anything from the Spurs except for when they announce who the new play-by-play guy is.
Well, and they may not even mention the ex-play-by-play guy when they do make that announcement. They got to get a TV station, a TV network first.
Well, that's true, yeah.
They don't have one, in case you forgot about that. FanDuel's going away.
Yeah.
It's done. So the Spurs, as of now, have no TV network, no TV partner other than Ken's 5. That's it. So they've got to probably solve that problem, and they must think that they're going to, because
sure,
why else
will.
would
their games are going to be on TV?
Why else would you give Jacob Tobey an extension in June if you didn't think that was not
gonna,
about to
their
happen?
games are going to be televised.
Absolutely. Everything's going to be just fine. We're going to talk more about that, and you can chime in, whether that's on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Go there and like and subscribe to our page. Would you do that, please? We kind of get graded on stuff like that, so if you would do that, we would appreciate that. You can get Jason at Jason Minix. I'm at Joe Reinigle 210 on Twitter, or you do it the old-fashioned way, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Look, I hope a bunch of you maybe have your headphones on, or I don't know, or kind of halfway listening to us while you're watching France take on Morocco down there at Novo Brewery, because I know a lot of you are there. Maybe that's why you're not listening to us today, because you're enjoying the fine products there at Novo Brewery while you watch this soccer match between France and Morocco. But there's a lot of stuff all weekend long. If you're not there today, make plans to get in there tomorrow. Or this weekend. Certainly, it is the best place to watch all the World Cup action. And the best place, the best part about that is the food. The food is absolutely fantastic. Novo Brewery has everything from wings to burgers to sandwiches to the picanha skewers, which I just absolutely love, all the way up to ribeye steaks. They've got it all there, and it is all delicious. They've got a full bar as well. Any kind of cocktail that you want, they can whip that up for you. They've got 60 craft beers on tap. They've got domestic beer on tap as well, and plus in the bottle. Look, you're not going to be hungry. You're not going to be thirsty, that's for sure. And look, if you've got your kids, take your kids down there. They've got a play area for the kids. They've solved every problem so you can go and enjoy the World Cup soccer action as it is happening right there at Novo Brewery. They're at North Star Mall. You can get there from the mall if you're inside North Star Mall. They've got an entrance there, but they've also got their own entrance outside. You go to the Rector side of North Star Mall, you pull in, you park, and they've got their own entrance. And they're open late, so they're not married to the mall hours. Go check them out. Easy way to do it is go to novobrew.com. That's N-O-V-O brew.com.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with a trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. The offer ends soon. Call Connecticut today.
Twin Peaks is unmatched for every match. With 29-degree drafts of Michelob Ultra, handcrafted Casamigos margaritas, a scratch-made menu, and screens that put you in the front row of every game, it's all going down at the Lodge. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
Join the San Antonio Gunslingers this Saturday, July 11th at 4 p.m. for our Patriot Game, celebrating America's 250th birthday. The first 1,000 fans get a free commemorative American flag. Come early for the U.S. Army Freedom Fan Zone with kids face painting and more. Tickets at sagunslingers.com. Don't miss it.
Got a buddy who thinks he knows baseball? Perfect. On Rangers game days, prove it with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger you think will launch it out of here. He hits one, you and a friend are headed to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now, you've got tickets and hotel. Yeah, you're making a night of it, and your buddy's buying the first round. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Call your shot and win the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Still nothing, or 0-0 when it comes to France and Morocco. They're playing right now. What is this? Is this the Elite Eight, or are we still in the 16? What is this?
The quarterfinals.
So 8. We're down to 8 teams,
Yeah, but they call it quarters.
Okay, well,
we're soccer experts.
I'm going to say Elite Eight because, well, it's easier to understand that way. I can say
it's not the NCAA tournament.
Well, I know it's not that, but I can say it's a quarterfinals. Okay, well, let's see how many teams are left. If I just say Elite Eight, I know there's 8 teams left in this tournament, and I don't have to think about it. So until it gets to the semifinals, then I know that's the final 4, so to speak. And so I've got it.
So you think quarterfinals, you don't realize that's 8? I mean, if we were at 16 with the knockout and then half those teams move in, quarterfinals, semifinals, finals.
Dude, I would just rather say it's the Elite Eight.
Yeah, but
there's 8 teams left.
That belongs to the NCAA tournament.
I can use it. I'm not bound or licensed by either one.
I mean,
how about that? I can. Why can't I say whatever I want?
I mean, you're not married to the term, huh?
We're down to the final 8. I could say that if I want to.
You could. The final 8.
The final 8.
Well, the final 8.
We got 8 teams left. I can say that.
Yeah, there are 8 teams left.
There
it's
you
not
go.
the final 8 because half of these teams are going to lose. Then you're going to be down to the final 4,
exactly.
which also belongs to the NCAA. That's the semifinal.
But it's for my benefit, Minix. So I really don't care.
For your benefit.
And I think everybody listening appreciates that too. It's like quarterfinals. Let's see. I got to do math.
See, now,
I don't want to do math.
Well, I mean, round of 8.
Okay, there you go. I like that.
Is apparently a soccer term.
Round of 8. I appreciate that because now I know there's 8 teams left.
Mm-hmm.
Bam! Don't have to do math.
The round of 8.
And there you go. You say quarterfinals, and you're getting into all kinds of math problems. Atlanta is leading the San Antonio Summer Spurs 45-30. What I will say is, look, in summer league action does not determine anything. Win, lose, draw makes no difference. These guys are all just trying to find their way. But
you played to win a game. If you're playing a game, you want to win it.
Well, of course you do. But apparently the summer Spurs
they suck.
Might not be capable of doing that. I mean, they're getting their asses kicked all over the place.
They haven't won yet.
Well, I know, and they're not. The games haven't exactly been close.
Well, the one game was.
All right. Well, this one's not. We'll see if they can rally. We're almost at halftime, and again, it's 45-30. There's another turnover by the Summer Spurs.
Well, at least they've got their turnovers perfected.
They've got
what little I've watched. Speaking of turnover, just went down to the hall during the last commercial break. In the break room, there was a pizza.
Yeah.
Because there was pizza in the building earlier. Now, anybody that's ever been at a radio station, you realize if you put food in the break room, it's going to be gone pretty quick. The pizza that's in there, it's all veggies.
Oh, why even bother?
That's my point. Who the hell decided that, you know what, let's get pizza? The all meats one gone, the other one gone, and all veggie, there's plenty over there. I mean, even James Pledger walked by, opened the box, and was like, F that. And kept walking. He's a human garbage disposal. an all vegetable pizza. Shouldn't happen. Didn't happen.
No, wait, it shouldn't. And somebody was thinking, well, we better do that. There might be a vegan in here.
Well, I don't think we work with any vegans.
Well, I don't think we do
or
either.
Vegetarians.
I'm just
saying. There are
saying.
some that might prefer a salad, but...
Is there a difference between a vegan and a vegetarian?
Absolutely.
There is?
There is.
What's the difference?
I don't know.
I have no clue.
Yeah, there's but a huge difference between vegan and vegetarian. Trust me, my daughter's vegetarian, not vegan. I don't know, but there's something to do with, I don't know, like cheese. Like, I don't think vegans eat cheese, but I could be wrong there.
So vegetarians can eat cheese?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, where does fish come in?
That's a whole nother, like people that only eat fish, they got another name for themselves too.
Okay.
I don't think vegetarians or eat fish either.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Because it's a fish. It's meat.
Sure.
I guess.
Speaking of, one of the ladies that works here, Lauren.
Uh-huh.
She had one of the worst things that could happen to you. Now imagine.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, look at Pledge is reacting. Did she show you the picture of that? Right, yeah. So this happened at her apartment, thank God, because that was my first question. That was here? No, at her apartment. Okay, good. Which is still awful, but I'm just glad it didn't happen here at the radio station. She was making her a little hot tea and honey, and she goes to grab the honey in the container. Now, she's got a cute little, I don't know, honey bear container. She said, I buy the honey and I put it in there. It's cute, right? Yeah,
yes.
it's Lauren, right? It's got a lid on it. There was a roach inside her honey pot. Like,
really?
I was like, is it alive? Was it dead?
Uh-huh.
She was like, obviously she didn't make her, but I through a sealed container. I mean, it had a lid on it. It wasn't like she bought it from the store that way, but a roach got in there and, of course, got stuck and died. And then she said, and why she would do this, I don't know. She took the honey thing, trying to figure out what to do with the roach. She didn't want to throw it away inside of her house, so she just poured it out off her balcony of her apartment.
Well, I'm not sure that I would be happy with her if I lived below her.
Well, that's what I'm like, all right, so, I mean, ants and all the other bugs that are going to go there, it makes no damn sense, right? But she's very freaked out about the roach in her apartment that got stuck in the honey jar.
Well, obviously, the honey jar is so it's not sealed. There's no lid.
I don't had a lid on it.
Well, how the hell's a roach get in there?
Well, that's the question. Roaches, I mean, the roach wasn't invited over. I mean, she didn't send an invite.
Well, I think I'd be calling management and saying, hey.
Get the pest control people
let's
out there.
go. Wow. I'm still baffled. How the hell does a roach get inside a sealed jar of honey?
Roaches, that's a great question. Did she not show you the picture?
No, I haven't seen the picture. I was talking to Rob Thompson when I first arrived here at work today, and she walked out, and she goes, I'll be back. I just got to go let my dog out. So you think she was just letting her dog out or looking for roaches?
She's probably looking for roaches.
Could be.
Hang on, let me text her and get her to send me that picture. I would say her last name, but I'm always afraid I'm going to say it wrong.
Well, and we don't want to do that, do we? I mean, it's probably good that you can't say it.
Is it?
Probably, yes. Who knows?
But her and her little southern voice telling that story, and I'm like, I wouldn't brag about this. You got roaches in your place.
But it is an interesting story, Jason. If that happened to one of us, it'd be all over this radio station.
Well, sure.
So, so she's learning.
She's learning.
Now, she's actually been here now, 6 months?
Long enough I know her name.
I don't know. There's a lot of people here that have been here a lot longer than that I don't know their names.
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Are you the one over yonder?
Well, no, I just said we saw her outside. She was going to let her dog out.
Oh.
So, yes. I'm hoping that's who that is.
Here. Look at that. I know this is great radio.
That's awful. I wonder if that thing was in there to begin with.
Well, no, because the Pledge wants to see the roach too. What are you doing with my phone? Oh, you're going to show the screen.
Show the people. If you're watching on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, Pledge is going to show you the roach in the honey pot.
So what? So what she said she does is she buys the honey and she puts it in a cute little container, which she has now thrown away. And when she took the lid off, there's a roach just hanging out in there.
Wow, that had to come from the grocery store, did it not?
No, because if you bought honey at the store and then you were putting it in your honey container,
you would have seen
you would have seen the roach there. So the roach is hanging out with her apartment and decided that it wanted some honey and it killed it.
Well, apparently roaches and honey don't mix.
Yeah, France just scored.
1-0 the 59th minute.
But it does make you wonder. Referees arguing over something with some players. But it does make you wonder because roaches seem indestructible. You can't kill those things. But maybe you can drown them in honey.
Well, I can kill them if you stomp on them. They die.
This is true.
Yes.
But I can only imagine you trying to stomp on a roach. If you found a roach in your house, you would be leaving and calling the exterminator.
Well, because, we get that dude on a quarterly basis.
Yeah.
There's not supposed to be roaches there.
There's not supposed to be.
So, yeah, I would be calling and say, hey, dude, we got a roach.
But was that Mbappe that just scored that? What a replay. That was a hell of a goal.
Wow, that's a goofball there, isn't it? Holy cow.
It was Mbappe that scored?
Yeah, well, I'm not talking about Mbappe.
No, it was a fan.
Yes.
Ryan Eagle doesn't like it when people dress up for the games.
Well, no, he's fine. He looked like a Frenchman, though. I mean,
he looked like a Frenchman.
Well,
what the hell does that mean?
There was little hats and
beret.
The beret, and it looked like a French guy, didn't he?
Looked like a mime.
Exactly right.
I mean, Pledge has that outfit for Halloween. He sometimes just wears a beret because he thinks it's cool.
Really? I've never seen him in a beret.
Really?
Have I?
Get to a Rue Pub on a Friday night.
Maybe I have. And I don't remember it. Well, it was at the Rue Pub.
Yeah, you would remember it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. A Rue Pub on a Friday night, sometimes you lose your memory.
I mean, there's reasons Pledger is still single. Berets and capri pants are two of them.
Well, that's a good point. Pledge is going to find that woman that it will dress as what's the word I'm looking for?
Dress as what? I'm afraid where you're going for. I don't even know what word you're searching for.
I can't think of the word.
Well, what word?
Matches my weird.
Flamboyant as he dresses. Because Pledge it'd be 200 degrees outside, and Pledge has got a damn hoodie on.
Well, look at him today. He's wearing a cardigan sweater and shorts.
It's a good look, though.
It really isn't.
I've already been complimented multiple times today.
Well, people say that to you because they think you know.
Helene, Lauren, Aya.
And how did they compliment you?
I really like your outfit.
Really?
Love the colors.
See, now here's the thing. I could see Helene in that outfit. That's not a compliment to you, man.
I think Helene dresses.
Yeah,
she dresses very nice.
She does. Helene's always got a lot going on with her outfits.
She does,
right? There's a lot there. But if Helene can wear your outfit, I don't think that's a compliment to you, Pledge.
She didn't say she wanted to wear it. She said she liked it.
But I could see her wearing that outfit.
Well, Pledge looked really good in Alexandra's A&M jersey.
No, he didn't. He did not.
Well, I thought he did.
He did not.
I thought you looked good, Pledge. Yeah.
No.
Looked better in the Creighton jersey.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, that goal stands, so it is 1-0. I don't know, were they looking at it?
I don't know.
I'm not sure whether they were or not, but it stands 1-0 France and France. Whatever.
What? What'd you say?
I said 1-0.
Well, that's fine. for everybody but Pledge.
1-0 in the Elite Eight portion of the World Cup.
It's the round of 8. It's
Just
the quarterfinals, and it's 1-0. Damn it, get it right.
That should be the
it right.
The poll question. Look,
what poll question?
Well, we have a poll question already, but I'm just saying that might be a future one. I'm not sure.
Really. Well, I mean, we'd have to do it tomorrow.
Well,
because then we're going to be on the semis.
When does Lionel Messi play again?
Lionel?
Yeah.
Lionel?
He plays the Frost Bank Center here next week.
He does? No, when does he? I think he play on Saturday.
Do they?
Argentina.
We're not doing a show that day.
You know,
I'm busy.
There was a lot of controversy in this match, by the way. Did you hear this? That all the officials are from Argentina.
Are they?
Apparently they are. And so the people from France were afraid that Argentina might not want to face France whenever they have to face France, and so they've got Argentinian, whatever it is, officials. But so far they seem to be calling a good game.
Does France get Argentina next?
Dude, I don't think so. I think if it goes favorites, the way I understand it, they would play Spain next. And Argentina would play whoever Norway's playing and losing to. So I don't know.
I have no idea.
Was there another goal?
No.
Oh, that was the same one?
It's called a replay, sir.
Well, after about 30 minutes.
Well, it's soccer. They got to go back and keep showing it. What else are they doing? That looks like a goal. There's another one right there. There you go. You saw the goal coming before it was there.
I did.
They just scored. You've got ESPN or something.
I'm psycho like that. You know what I mean? little psycho like that. Yes.
Morocco hung in there for a while, but it's now 2-0 France.
France is just good.
Yeah, they are.
Very good.
Yep.
We'll keep
to Egypt.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated on what's going on in the World Cup action. We'll keep you updated on the summer Spurs as well, as they are at the moment getting their butts handed to them again in Vegas. First one in Vegas. Carter Bryant's there though. It's the first time he's played.
Exactly.
And it's really not making any difference. So we'll see what happens. Where are we going, Minix? We got Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, let's talk Kawhi.
You want to talk Kawhi?
Let's talk coaches on the hot seat.
Coaches on the hot seat.
I want to talk some real football.
All right, we'll talk real football. There are 6 of them, and you can probably guess who they are. We're talking about it. We continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds. 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Whether it's you, a family member, a friend of yours, your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 to get you out of jail fast. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online, mybestbailbonds.com. Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. Every day you wait, pain has one more day to take from you. If it's keeping you from work, workouts, sleep, or just feeling like yourself, it's time to fix it. At Arasti, we find the root cause and treat it. No pills, no surgery. Most patients feel better in just one visit. Covered by most insurance plans, visit Arasti.com today. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
To find the location nearest you, visit Arasti.com.
$30 million in guaranteed prizes. Cash in this football season in Las Vegas with 3 Circus Sports contests. Entry starting at $1,000, all with no rate. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action. Circa Survivor, pick one winner each week, no point spread. And the Big Daddy, Circa Grandissimo, with a $100,000 entry fee. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. 30 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
You know what you can trust? The protection you get when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. You know what you can't trust? Everything else, apparently. Like when you saw that article that said that thing you eat every day is a superfood and great for your gut health, but then 30 seconds later, a different article warns you to avoid it and it's taking years off your life. Well, which is it? Kind of a big difference there. Anyway, bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive for reliable coverage in a reliably unreliable world. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
If alcohol or drug use is hurting you or someone you love, you are not alone. I'm Peter McCarthy of the San Antonio Council on Alcohol and Drug Awareness, known as CICADA. There is help. There is hope. Call CICADA at 210-225-4741 or visit cicada.org.
When you see this in your kitchen,
the stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
When you first saw her, she was out walking her dog. You didn't notice her at first. But when you finally did, it was too late. Because at that moment, you were speeding. She was out walking her dog and only had a second to let go of the leash. Your foot was on the gas, and her life was on the line. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
On the next Morning Huddle, World Cup quarterfinals continue. How'd the Spurs do against the Atlanta Hawks? And everything you need to charge into a busy summer weekend. Party starts early. Get here at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
You know, I appreciate Fred on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page kind of giving us a text play-by-play of what's happening in the Summer League in Las Vegas. He says Carter Bryant is now guarding Flemings. Nice. Kingston Flemings, obviously from San Antonio, playing for Atlanta. He's playing point guard for the Atlanta Hawks. And this is Carter Bryant's first game for the Summer Spurs because he did not go to San Francisco with him.
You know, it is weird that somebody that was playing in the NBA Finals is then playing in Summer League, but he clearly needs it. And I'm glad that he is there with specific, probably goals that aren't really associated with the team. Hey, go work on this, go work on that. So it'll be interesting to see when you kind of break it down. But I know you play to win the game, but it's easy when it's stuff like this. You go, it doesn't matter. Spurs are getting their ass kicked by Atlanta.
Yeah, it's not pretty, and they haven't been pretty. Well, it's the fourth game in a row now that they haven't been all that pretty. So, but it is Summer League, and that's okay. These guys are getting a little opportunity to get out there, play, and experience some of the NBA style life. Although I say NBA loosely because it's really not. I mean, other than Carter Bryant, I'm not sure who else out there has any NBA experience.
Well, I mean, your rookies are out there, and a guy like Kingston. I mean, that's what
I know,
it's
but they
for.
have no NBA experience.
No.
That's what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
this is not NBA basketball.
No, but they're learning. It's summer. It's July. Give us something. I mean, until we get to football season, that's what we got. You just heard the commercial from Derek Stevens about the Ultimate Contest weekend. The 3 big contests they have there at Circa Las Vegas, and we're going. We're going to be doing our show, The Blitz, at Circa Las Vegas the 27th and 28th of August. It's always a great weekend when we go out to Circa Las Vegas. We want you to go with us. So CircaLasVegas.com, CircaSports.com. You can see everything about the contest that they do. And, of course, book your rooms and go party with us in Las Vegas. It is always a blast.
Always a blast. Always something cool happening out there at Circa Las Vegas. And Vegas in general, right? I mean, you go to Vegas, you never know what the hell's going to happen. But you've never been to Vegas with the Blitz. That's a whole different experience in itself. Am I right?
You're right.
Am I right?
I mean, we always have a good time.
Of course.
We all hang out. It truly is a blast. Now, there's been times where, we'll do a whole big listener deal, and we've had lots of people, and sometimes Vegas gets in the way for people. Either way, though, it's Circa. It's a great time, and you never know who you're gonna see.
No question about it. So make your plans now to head on out with us. You got some time to get that done, but obviously it's a little cheaper, especially airline-wise. Get it done now.
Absolutely. I think Southwest is having another sale.
Well, good for them.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And if you're involved in the contest, you're going to save a lot of money on your rooms.
There you go.
At Circa.
Yeah.
Or completely free at the D.
Wow.
When you're in the contest. So,
how about that?
Go. It's a great time. Now, you think about football season is right around the corner. It's the 9th. Not long, couple weeks, and everybody's going to be in training camp. And it's weird because the season hasn't started yet, but it is kind of what we do. Already coaches on the hot seat. Now, Pro Football Focus, they put out a story, 6 coaches that are on the hot seat. Some are obviously, like Aaron Glenn, all right, Todd Bowles, Zach Taylor, Shane Steichen. Matt LaFleur kind of surprises me that he would be on a hot seat. Nick Sirianni always seems to be on a hot seat, even though the Eagles have been good. But honestly, I mean, you could look at all those and go, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Matt LaFleur is the one in Green Bay that you go, really? But at some point, you either have to win or do they need to move on? I am surprised, though, Brian Schottenheimer does not make this list.
Well, you mentioned that earlier, and I was kind of surprised that you did. I mean, he's going into his second year.
Mm-hmm.
And your explanation, and I'll let you say it, but I'm not surprised that he's not there. But you had a decent explanation for it.
Well, and we were talking about this in the office. Two reasons I'm surprised Brian Schottenheimer isn't there. One, he's with the Dallas Cowboys, and that always helps stories get more traction, which no reason for him to be on there. But it's been a couple of years since the Dallas Cowboys have been in the playoffs. Jerry Jones took a huge risk in hiring Brian Schottenheimer. That offense, as talented as it is, there were some times last year where they were kind of stuck in the mud. I can't imagine Jerry would this be the 3rd straight year of no playoffs? If Brian Schottenheimer doesn't get this team into the postseason, I think it would be easy for Jerry to cut ties. I don't know that Jerry is going to hang on to a guy like Brian Schottenheimer if he can't get into the playoffs 2 years in a row like he did with Jason Garrett. The relationship is there. Jerry I might contradict myself. Nah, that was my hand pick. That was a big risk because he didn't have the experience. I got to give him more rope. But Jerry's running out of time on planet Earth. So I can't imagine with the talent and the money invested in those players that if Brian Schottenheimer can't get this team to the postseason, that he'll have a job. I don't know what his contract is because we also know Jerry does not like to pay coaches not to work. But I also wonder, because Brian Schottenheimer hasn't been a head coach, was Jerry able to win that negotiation on what was going to be there? I'm just surprised that Schottenheimer doesn't make that list.
Well, look, I could see him maybe making that list going into year number 3. But I think if you're Jerry and just a random Cowboy fan, and you looked at the way Schottenheimer handled things last year, he had a horrible defensive coordinator. The defense was god-awful. He's gone out, and I think he's taken some control over who they hire, who they draft, what free agents are brought in, and I think you see the difference. And I'm not saying he's making all the calls. Obviously, it's still all got to go through the Jones family.
Yeah.
But I think as far as defensive coordinator with Christian Parker, I think that's all shoddy. I think that's his hire and his guy. And so we'll see how he does. Now, if Parker falls on his face and that defense is horrible again, then maybe you've got an argument. But I think just watching what Schottenheimer did and how he handled things and kept that team somewhat together despite the fact that, again, the defense was god-awful, I think gives them a little credibility. But I don't see, unless there's just some bad luck, Jason, honestly, with the firepower on that offense, the improvement, which we're all expecting on the defensive side of the ball, the team's got to make the playoffs. Although their schedule is brutal.
Their schedule is brutal, but Jerry isn't going to accept excuses. I don't know that Brian Schottenheimer will make them. Tough schedule or not, that's a hell of a roster on the offensive side. There's a lot of firepower there. Now, there's some question marks in there, when you look at the tackle positions, especially left tackle, as we talked about. Barring catastrophic injury, that offense should be scoring 30 points a game. And it should have last year. There were some times, though, where they just couldn't get out of their own way. But second full year of Brian Schottenheimer's offense with Dak Prescott, and they've got a great relationship, which I think is one of the reasons why Schotty was able to be a holdover when they moved on from Mike. I just can't imagine 2 years in a row Jerry being happy to where, at the very least, Schottenheimer isn't on a list of coaches on the hot seat. Now, again, second year, Jerry doesn't like to fire coaches. He gives guys sometimes way too much time. But I look at a list like that, my expectation is playoffs, or as much as I like Brian Schottenheimer, is he the right guy? Does he fall into that category of great coordinator, not a great head coach? But he does seem to be a great leader of men and connects, but it's a results-oriented business.
Well, there's no doubt. And we can say the same thing about the quarterback. He's a great leader of men. He's a great locker room guy. But again, the playoff record is what the playoff record is. And so when push comes to shove, that's what it's all about. And I think you go back to the Green Bay head coach. When you're talking about him, that's the reason why he's on the hot seat. They lose again in the first round of the playoffs last year. And for the Green Bay Packers, that's just not good enough. And for teams like that, and for the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and name some of the other iconic franchises, it's just not good enough. You've got to make a run. Just making the playoffs even. If Shotty does that and they lose in the first round, that's not good enough. I mean, it's just not.
Well, it's not good enough, but it might not be enough to get them fired, right? And again, because they're taking a forward step from where they were last year. But you're right, not good enough, but I don't know if they make the playoffs and get bounced in their first playoff game, whether that be the wild card round or if they win the East and it's in the divisional round. I think Jerry would not fire them.
That game's at Jerry World again and they get beat? I could see him giving an excuse if they have to start out on the road somewhere in Chicago or Green Bay or whatever.
The sun would be in the receiver's eyes because Jerry won't put up curtains. Yeah. It is kind of one of those like if they make the playoffs, even if they're bounced early, I don't think Schottenheimer would move on from them. But if another year of no playoffs, I do think Jerry would at least consider it more this year. And again, reasons or excuses depending on how things play out, but everybody is expecting this Cowboys team to be a playoff team. Damn well Jerry is, and the offense and the investment indicates they better be a playoff team. Now, granted, defensively, as bad as they were last year, there are some of those losses that you put squarely on the offense because they didn't score enough points in those particular games, and that is squarely on Brian Schottenheimer.
Well, sure, but I mean, they had to score a lot of points to win a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that Philadelphia game that we were at. What was it, 41-41 going to overtime, for goodness sake? Something like that?
Something.
Ridiculous. And so to ask an offense to score 40 points a game that's asking a lot from anybody. I don't care how good your offense is. So, but the defense should be a little bit better. And that offense, they didn't lose anybody. I mean, they're still the same. The only question mark on that offense is that offensive line. When we talked about it yesterday with R.J. Ochoa, and you're talking about left tackle, that's unsettled. And you don't know who's going to be there, and whoever is there has got to perform. And thus far, Tyler Guyton hasn't been able to do that.
No, it's kind of crazy when you look at it that way. So I'm trying to look at their schedule from last year, because some of the games that I'm thinking of, just to talk about them accurately, but some of those games that they lost, just the offense, just not good enough. And that's the part with their offense. They should be so much better. I want to see last year. I don't care about this year's schedule in the moment. The Arizona game, they scored 17 points against Arizona. That was a bad loss at home. They lose that game 27-17. But again, they should score more against Arizona. Same thing in the Chargers game that we were at, where they only scored 17. In the Giants game, they only scored 17 points. That offense, the way they got a lot of games, high 20s, low 30s, even into the 40s. They tied Green Bay at 40-40, right? I mean, nuts when you look at, but that offense should be scoring over 30 points a game, and they're designed to score over 30 points a game.
But even if they have a bad day offensively, and look, they're going to have 17 great offensive days, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. You need your defense occasionally to step up and say, hey, we got you today. They couldn't count on that defense last year.
No.
Against Arizona, that's one of those games that you always talk about. It's a game the Cowboys are going to lose. They had no business losing, which, if I recall correctly, that was the last game Arizona won all season.
Yeah.
And that was early in the season, if I recall.
Yeah, November 3rd.
Okay, so they didn't win another game all year. But they beat Dallas, and that's just one of those losses that leaves you scratching your head. It really is. Dallas has got to beat those teams. The teams they're supposed to beat, they got to beat.
Well, and even like the loss at Chicago, 31-14, right? Now, obviously, because that was week 3, Chicago turned out to be a far better team than anybody thought they were going to be. But you scored 14 points, right? That offense is designed to score around 30 points a game. And I remember, was it Jerry or Steven when we were in Oxnard last year, talking about, especially this was damage control after the Micah Parsons trade, and I get it. But one of the things that was talked about was, with our offense, we can afford to be a little weaker on defense because we know we're going to be able to score a bunch of points. And you get a couple of stops in a game, with that offense, you should be good. And a weapon like a Brandon Aubrey, you get near midfield, and I think that became a little bit of a crutch for Schottenheimer, because I think he's changed the way he called games. I don't want a stupid penalty or take a sack here because I've got 3 in the bag right now.
Well, boy, you talk about a guy that we haven't even talked about, Brandon Aubrey. You better not miss a kick all year after getting that huge contract. Are you kidding me?
I mean, even if you didn't get paid, you're a kicker. Do your damn job.
Well, I'm just saying.
Stop it. I mean,
that dude better not miss a kick all year. We're going to roast him on this radio station if he does. He will be toast if he does.
Mm-hmm.
He's expected now, after being the highest paid kicker in the NFL. Although it hadn't worked out too well for Dak, though, has it?
Yeah. Well, see, and again, I see Claymore saying, Jason, Cheap Jones ain't firing him mid-season, with Jason Garrett and Wade Phillips or Mike McCarthy playing out or coaching out their contracts. Wade Phillips fired mid-season, which we all remember after that Green Bay game. In the conversations we've had with Wade about that, but again, Jerry doesn't like to fire coaches. But Schottenheimer was a risk. You look at Wade Phillips, there was a lot of trust there. Mike McCarthy had won a Super Bowl, came in. Jason Garrett's one of the Joneses. I mean, he's like family, played there, coached there a long time. Jerry wanted Jason Garrett to be his version of Tom Landry. If Garrett could have won a Super Bowl or 2, hell, he'd still be the head coach there. Jerry did not want to fire Jason Garrett, give him every opportunity. And you look at the roller coaster of records with Garrett. And, Dez caught it. If Dean Blandino wouldn't have screwed up that call, the Cowboys wouldn't have won the Super Bowl that year, and then who the hell knows? Garrett might still be the head coach.
Mm-hmm. They would have won. That was to win the Super Bowl?
They would have won the Super Bowl that year.
They would have?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't tell me otherwise.
I'm just saying we just don't know, do we?
I do know.
We just don't know.
I do know. Dez caught it, damn it.
Well, I'm not arguing that.
That
I'm just
Cowboys
saying.
team.
Not arguing that.
You go back to, Romo bobbling the snap. I mean, if he doesn't do that, they win that game, that team.
Cowboys are just kind of jinxed. Do you feel that way?
Patrick Creighton short-arming
who put a
pass
spell
in the end zone
on the Dallas Cowboys? Somebody in New Orleans just put a little voodoo on those dudes. Man, I don't know what's going on there.
Come on.
Hey, you don't have to wait until the Cowboys season begins to see some good football.
This is true.
You want to see some good football? You can do it this weekend inside Freeman Coliseum. And we've got a family 4-pack to this weekend's home game for the San Antonio Gunslingers against the Orlando Pirates. 4 o'clock kickoff in Freeman Coliseum. Nice and cool, even though it'll be hot outside. It's high-flying, fast-paced, hard-hitting indoor football. And you've got a chance to take, you and 3 others. How about that? A family 4-pack to this weekend's game. Caller number
12.
656-3776, 656 ESPN. Good luck, caller number 12. You're going to win a family 4-pack to go see the San Antonio Gunslingers against the Orlando Pirates. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get you updated on what's happening in the World Cup action. Summer Spurs action, and we'll talk a little bit about why the Toronto Raptors are saying, hang on, number 2. Might not be ready for you just yet. This is the Blitz.
You never want to hang on to a number 2.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Riding home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself and Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio and have been practicing law here since 1994. And in the past 30-plus years, I've helped hundreds of San Antonians injured by negligent drivers. If you've been injured in a car or truck collision, call me, 210-900-0400. I did want to let you know of a very disturbing trend I've seen that you really need to be aware of. If an attorney or someone acting on that attorney's behalf calls you after a traffic collision, with very limited exceptions, that is called barratry or solicitation. It's a crime and is unethical under our state bar rules. Do not answer these phone calls. Do not hire an unethical attorney. Neither I nor anyone in my firm will ever call you after a traffic collision. If you need my help, and if you've been injured in a traffic collision, I think you do, you'll need to call me. My name is Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
The world's biggest soccer showdown is here, and Novo Brewery is San Antonio's ultimate place to watch. Over 80 feet of massive LED screens, craft beer, hard kombucha on tap, and a food menu built for the moment. Novo Brewery, attached to North Star Mall and at novobrew.com.
Join the San Antonio Gunslingers this Saturday, July 11th at 4 p.m. for our Patriot Game, celebrating America's 250th birthday. The first 1,000 fans get a free commemorative American flag. Come early for the U.S. Army Freedom Fan Zone with kids face painting and more. Tickets at sagunslingers.com. Don't miss it.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, it is the big news of the day. Jacob Tobey reportedly out as Spurs play-by-play announcer. This after his girlfriend accused him of cheating on her with the sister of Lindy Waters III. Now, the strange news is Toby had just signed a multi-year extension with the Spurs back in June. And we're looking at World Cup action. Looks like France is going to move on. They lead Morocco 2-0 in the 95th minute.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagle. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Yeah, yes, it is the Blitz on a Thursday afternoon. Hope whatever you did today, whether it was work or otherwise, you had a great Thursday and are still having a great Thursday. And we appreciate you stopping by here and spending a little time with us on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. And, boy, a lot of stuff breaking right at the beginning of the show, including the Jacob Tobey stuff, which broke a little earlier the show, obviously, but then the Kawhi Leonard news that that trade between the Clippers and the Raptors has been put on pause.
It has, and, well, Morocco's World Cup hopes are now officially on pause. They lose. It's final. France wins 2-0. The Jacob Tobey story is interesting at best. Here's a guy with a long-term girlfriend, 6 years, but not married. Lindy Waters' sister is involved, but again, it's not like it's Lindy's wife. There's lots of things in there that an HR expert or an employment lawyer would certainly have some comments on. And now, granted, I would imagine that there's some sort of morals clause in contracts. And it's embarrassing for the organization. But again, adults doing what adults choose to do on their own time is their business. And again, bad decisions or not, I mean, again, nobody in this situation is married, and it's you lost your job over that. And I don't care if you're the Spurs TV play-by-play guy, one of 30 jobs out there, and right now with a guy like Wemby, my goodness. But, even if you worked in the Spurs, ticket renewal department, because they've been busy too. How do you lose your job for having an affair? It just seems wrong.
It does, especially in this situation. To me, it does. A girlfriend and no kids. They weren't married, and all of that. There are morals clauses in contracts of public folks. We've got them here. Had him in the TV world, and I don't know for a fact, but I would assume that Jacob Tobey and the Spurs broadcasting team has them in there as well. And so the Spurs obviously thought this was embarrassing enough. It required firing, if that's what they did, because, again, nothing official, although it's in just about every publication there is out there. So we're assuming that is the case, and that Jacob Tobey was officially fired today. So we'll see what he does, if anything. Does he just move on and let this go away and try to find employment elsewhere, or does he have any legal recourse against the Spurs?
And you wonder, and again, with what we know, which is the same as you guys are reading all the same stuff, he get an employment lawyer, although I'm pretty sure the Spurs lawyers and HR people went over everything before they decided to part ways with them, because what was it, 2 days ago that everybody woke up to going, oh, wow, whoa.
Yeah, my goodness. Woman scorned.
Before he could delete everything. I mean, it to me just feels like I can't believe you got fired for that. Now, if the reports are true, did the Spurs do the right thing? That is our poll question on YouTube. You've got plenty of time to go vote on YouTube. Go there through sasportstar.com, hit the shortcut, or if you're already on YouTube, just search out San Antonio Sports Star. 58% say no. The Spurs did not do the right thing. 42% say yes. And it's interesting, some news today about a lawsuit, the lady involved in the Sharon Moore situation. He was the head coach at Michigan. There are a lot of things that were very different. One, marriage. Two, boss, right? He was the boss, right?
Yeah.
That's a whole different level for HR. Unless Lindy Waters' sister had a job with the Spurs that none of us are aware of. Coworkers do things together. Sometimes it's frowned upon, but sometimes it happens. But also you're talking about the sister of a player. Now, granted, the organization is always going to take care of players first. If Lindy Waters really made a stink about it, again, maybe. But at the same time, dude, you got a sister. She's been around basketball players her whole life. That's a battle you're going to lose, dude. Girl dad. You see all her friends, like, girls are worse than guys, right? Let's face it. It's just one of those, like, she's not the employee, and it's not like it was Lindy's wife.
But maybe that's the case when you're looking at it, and again, this is pure speculation on my part, but did Lauren Waters know that Jacob Tobey had a girlfriend of 6 years? Or was that not revealed? And maybe that pissed off the Waters family or Lindy in particular, and that caused things. There has to be something else, to me, in my mind, that would cause the Spurs to say adios to a guy they just gave an extension to last month. And so that's – and again, I'm pure speculation, and I probably shouldn't even do that. However, to me, there has to be something else. If it was just strictly that, I don't see a guy losing his job over that. So
I'm with you. Although from the known standpoint, if you follow Jacob Tobey on social media, you know that he's had a long-term girlfriend. She was all over his pages.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like he's gone through and deleted a bunch of stuff. And Pledge points out Lindy isn't even a Spur technically right now. He's a free agent and unsigned.
True.
But it's just, and again, knowing the Spurs organization, it embarrassed the organization. We're moving on.
Well,
I could see it being that simple, knowing the Spurs organization.
Absolutely. I don't know. I just think that there's something else there that we don't know about, and whether it ever becomes public or not, I'm not sure. It just seems like it was quick on something that I think would have gone away pretty quickly.
Yep.
I mean, I really believe that, and I think if Jacob Tobey would have worked something out with the Spurs to say, look, I'll get on my knees, I'll apologize for embarrassing the franchise, embarrassing myself, everybody else involved, and then you make it go away. And I think people are pretty forgiving for the most part.
Yeah.
And I think most Spurs fans, at least by what we're hearing today on our YouTube page and our poll and even phone calls, think that the Spurs were a little harsh in this whole thing. And so I think people would have forgotten this pretty quickly because I think Jacob was really becoming that guy, and the chemistry that he had with Sean Elliott, and I think Spurs fans were really enjoying him.
Absolutely. And he connected with Spurs fans. I mean, and you say that. He was replacing Bill Land. And I remember when he first got the job and came on the show, he understood the shoes that he was being asked to fill. And he did it really well.
Yep.
And a big part of that was he and Sean Elliott on air had great chemistry.
They did.
And seemingly have a great relationship off air. They hung out. They played golf. They did things. Sean, every time Sean's been on with us, and we would ask him about it, speaks highly of him.
Yep.
And so I think Sean very publicly saying, hey, man, we all love Bill, but this guy's really good, really helped Jacob be embraced by Spurs fans. And he's talented. And play-by-play is a very difficult job. And Jacob Tobey had a tougher task than a lot of play-by-play guys because while he is the lead guy as play-by-play, the star of the show was Sean Elliott. And he did such a great job of teeing up Sean and getting out of the way. That's not easy to do, especially when you're working with somebody as loved as Sean Elliott is. And Jacob Tobey did that beautifully, almost from the get-go. And once they found their rhythm, a joy to listen to and watch. So now the Spurs apparently looking for somebody else that can fill those shoes.
Well, and whoever they find is going to have to do the same thing. Adjust, because Sean Elliott is the star of the show, and he always will be, and I don't care who they bring in. Doesn't make any difference. Sean Elliott's the guy. He's the one that people tune into. I mean, it's kind of like watching TNT's pre- and post-game show. You want to hear what Charles Barkley has to say.
Yep.
And he's the star of that show. There are other stars, obviously, and I know it's maybe apples and oranges, but Sean Elliott's the guy we want to hear from. You want to hear from Sean. You want to know what he thinks about a particular play or what went wrong, what went right, and all of that. And Jacob got to that point. He really did. They had a great chemistry. Bill Land was perhaps the best I've ever seen at it. And I will just say that. He was the best that I've ever seen, because you talk about a guy that understood who the star was. And I remember having conversations with Bill about that. In my time, fortunate enough to work with Bill for a little bit, and Sean as well. And that's what he did. And I think Jacob knew that. I don't know if he had conversations with Bill Land or if that's what he was told, but he caught on very quickly that Sean was the guy, and you got to just wind up Sean and let him go, and you're good. I promise you're good.
That's it.
That's all you have to do.
And you know where you really could see how talented of a young play-by-play guy Jacob Tobey is, and obviously as a longtime broadcaster and a play-by-play guy, I probably watch and listen a little bit different than most of you, because having done that, you just watch a little bit differently. When Sean was off, and it would be a Matt Bonner or it would be a Danny Green, you really saw how talented he was. It wasn't just Sean Elliott bringing him along. And that's why I look at this decision that the Spurs made and go, really?
Yeah,
really?
I'm surprised.
Really?
Honestly.
And Jacob is young and he's talented. He'll get another job.
Oh, he will.
mean, he's not the first media guy that got caught cheating. And again, on a girlfriend, not a wife. He'll get another job.
This is going to go away. It'll go away quickly.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe that's why the Spurs did it so quickly, to say, hey, we're going to cut ties, and then you move on, young man, and figure out what you're doing and go get another job. Problem is, there's only 32 of these jobs in the NBA.
Well, 30 until
Or
they added
30,
Vegas
yes.
and Seattle.
Yes. So they don't come open all that often.
I mean, look, he might be doing stuff with the Pac-12 network here for a while until he can get back into the NBA. But there's gigs out there. I saw Rob Thompson put his name in the hat.
Well, I don't know. I love Rob, but I don't think that's going to go very far.
No.
I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but maybe it will.
Rob, tee up Sean and get out of the way.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, I'm Rob Thompson. That's Sean Elliott. That's all you got to say.
I'm going to have some popcorn now and listen to Sean for 3 hours.
That's it, and laugh your face off.
Which you will.
Absolutely. Love Sean Elliott, man.
I don't give a damn about your dog.
Absolutely the best in the business, without a doubt. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, the General, John McClain, is going to join us right here on the Blitz on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. Got a question for you, especially now that our air conditioner's fixed. And we don't have this problem to worry about because there's no windows here in our studio. So we don't have to worry about the cold air getting out of the studio. It's going to stay right here. You may not be as fortunate as we are. If you've noticed that your air conditioner's running all the time this summer and your house just doesn't seem to be as cool as it normally is, could very well be that you've got some leaky windows, some windows that aren't performing the way that they used to. You need to get that checked out and get them replaced because I promise you're wasting a lot of money with that cold air that is getting out. Window Nation can help you get that done. In fact, they can get you some new energy-efficient windows at a great price. How about this price? You can get 50% off all window styles and could go with a 0 down payment and no payments or interest for 2 years. I don't think there's a better deal in the window business right now. And Window Nation, they make all their windows. They make them. So they know how good they are, obviously, because they make them. They also back all their windows with a lifetime warranty. I mean, just think about that for a minute. Once they put those windows in, 20 years down the road, a window fails for whatever reason, they're going to take care of it because they provide a lifetime warranty. They've got a 96% customer satisfaction rating. Window Nation is just the best in the business. That's absolutely what they are. You want to hurry because this great sale can't last forever. It is just too good. You don't want to wait to put an end to your window problem. Schedule a fast, free consultation and do it right now. You can get it done really easy. All you got to do is go to windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
The Morning Huddle.
Oh, you're trying to look up YouPorn. You can't do that in this state.
I just hit Pornhub.
Yeah, you can't do
How
that.
did I get through the firewall?
You didn't. You can't.
Hey, while you're there,
you got to the warning page. That's as far as you could make it.
It actually said Pornhub.
You from Texas? We don't work here anymore.
It wants to know my age.
are you sure it wasn't Corn Hub?
It's Corn Hub.
That's a whole other site.
That's what the gal. Oh, those gals in Iowa.
Yeah.
Oh, ribbed.
Oh yeah.
Well, corn is ribbed for her pleasure.
Shorts and cowboy
Is that
boots.
popcorn or pig corn?
Both if you play your cards right.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Baseball fans, check out the inaugural season of the San Antonio River Monsters, part of the TCL, a woodbat league featuring some of the best college players. A monster-sized good time for the entire family. Get your tickets today at rivermonstersbaseball.com.
If you or someone you love is struggling with alcohol or drug use, you do not have to carry it alone. I'm Peter McCarthy of the San Antonio Council on Alcohol and Drug Awareness, known as Cicada. We help people take the next step with compassion, privacy, and no judgment. You do not need all the answers, just a safe place to start. And 90% of our services are provided at no cost. Call Cicada at 210-225-4741. That's 210-225-4741. Or visit cicada.org.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collisions since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney, an attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
This World Cup update on San Antonio Sports Star is brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks is unmatched for every match. With 29-degree drafts of Michelob Ultra, handcrafted Casamigos margaritas, a scratch-made menu, and screens that put you in the front row of every game, it's all going down at the Lodge. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Westwood One Sports presents this World Soccer update. France is about a minute away from a third straight trip to the semifinals, leading Morocco 2-0 in Foxborough very late in stoppage time. Kylian Mbappe continues to be unstoppable. After missing a first-half PK, he broke the scoreless tie with a goal in the 60th minute and then assisted on Ousmane Dembele's goal 6 minutes later. Mbappe's 8 goals tie him with Lionel Messi in the Golden Boot race, 20 goals in 20 career matches, and that's one behind Messi for the most all-time. France outshooting Morocco in this one 21-4, so they'll be on their way to the semifinals on Tuesday in Dallas. They'll take on Spain or Belgium. That match will be tomorrow in L.A. Again, seconds left in Foxborough, France 2, Morocco 0 in the quarterfinals. With this 2026 World Soccer Update, I'm Brad Heller, Westwood One Sports.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us. I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on. And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
What a day it has been, that is for sure. All kinds of breaking news happening, and it's still updating itself, that's for sure. This is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix.
Atlanta is crushing the summer Spurs out there in Las Vegas, 89-66. Yeah, France did win 2-0. Let's talk some football with the great John McClain joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line a couple of weeks before training camp begins, John, and I'm reading an article on Pro Football Focus about coaches that are on the hot seat heading into the season. It is interesting. They list Aaron Glenn, Todd Bowles, Zach Taylor, Shane Steichen, Matt LaFleur, and Nick Sirianni.
Isn't that amazing about Sirianni and LaFleur?
Mm-hmm.
If those guys were to lose their jobs, they would have other jobs if they wanted it before sundown. And sometimes you have to be careful what you wish for. Jeffrey Lurie has shown no indication that he's unhappy with Sirianni, who's been to 2 Super Bowls and won 1. And the Packers, or maybe it's because they got a new president last year and had policy, and maybe they think he could want his own guy. But Brian Gutekunst's got an extension like Matt LaFleur was. So I don't buy it at all. I think at this time of year, people are putting stuff out, hoping they can get clicks and get people talking about it and, retweeting it. But I just don't buy it one bit.
Well, John, that's interesting. And let's go back to Sirianni, because every time this guy seems to be on the hot seat at the beginning of every season. And for whatever reason, it just doesn't seem like people like him very much, whether that's in the Eagles organization or just fans or the players. What do you think it is?
I think people don't like him very much, and he knows it. He understands it. He doesn't give a damn, and he's in a market that is the toughest in sports. And once you get to a Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl, expectations are so high. But they always seem to have controversy and distractions. Now I'm looking at the Texans. They never have a distraction or controversy. Some guy like, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, he spouts off, boom, he's out of there. Players know. They want people who are going to fit the culture, because if you play and you fit, they will pay you a lot of money. They will overpay you if they have to. So that has a great team attitude. Now, the Texans haven't done squat beyond the first round of the playoffs, where Sirianni has. And I think the fact that Jalen Hurts always seems to have controversy surrounding him, not created by himself. It's usually a wide receiver. But for a team that wins as much as they do, they just seem to have a lot of distractions, and I think a lot of it is the market.
John, as we visit with John McClain here on the Blitz, I look at that list. I'm a little surprised that Brian Schottenheimer isn't on that list. One, for the clicks, but two, Jerry handpicked him, said it was one of the biggest risks he's taken because he didn't have head coaching experience. With that offense and some of the contracts on that team, if they go a second straight year without making the playoffs under Brian Schottenheimer, I wonder if Jerry Jones, who's not quick to fire a coach, would take a long look at Brian Schottenheimer.
I'm sure he would take a long look, but as you said, he's not quick on the trigger. Maybe getting older, I don't think that would cause him to be. If he had somebody he wanted to hire, he could have already done it. And I think their offense is going to be great, most prolific in the NFL. I think they're going to dethrone the Eagles in the NFC East and win that division, which will be much more competitive top to bottom. And I think Schottenheimer might be in for a raise instead of being on the conjecture about being fired. But it's always amazing to me that Jerry Jones's coaches always seem to be under fire from people not in the organization. Mike McCarthy wins 12 3 years in a row. They got to get rid of him. Who's going to be the next coach, because they can't win in the playoffs? And I can see that to a certain extent. But Jerry's going to do what Jerry wants to do, and the only person influential with him really is Stephen Jones. Will McClure is a great personnel guy, but nobody knows for sure how influential he is. Certainly nothing like Stephen Jones. But I think it's going to be a great season for the Cowboys. But, boy, if that offense is not great, if the defense doesn't show marked improvement, the outside noise, as they call it, is going to be excruciating.
John, and everything you said is absolutely true, and I think all of those things will probably happen. The Cowboys' defense has to be better this year than it was last year. I don't see how it could be any worse. But, again, when you're talking about the Dallas Cowboys, and I think with that or the Green Bay Packers before that, it all matters what happens in the playoffs. You go 12-5 3 years in a row, and I think the reason McCarthy got the crap that he got was because of the playoff failures.
Well, a lot of that, too, was the way they lost. That one where they lost to the 49ers and Dak Prescott. What was it he forgot? He made some monumental screw-up that a quarterback with his experience shouldn't make. And McCarthy didn't do well coaching in the playoffs either. And so people saw that. But, you like to think, well, the Cowboys have a high standard. They had a high standard in which the Super Bowl was the goal every year. And anybody that the Super Bowl is the goal every year realistically, is full of what, because that may be Jerry's goal when he goes to sleep every night, when he prays. But, boy, around the league, if the Cowboys were to actually go to another Super Bowl, I think hell would be freezing.
Hey, man, get your coat out. John McClain here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. July 9th, training camp starts for the Texans on July 28th. Thought it was interesting that the Texans announced today that they're going to have 8 open practices for fans to go to. And they always do a limited number, but 5 of them, or 6 of them, are really that first full week. And then they're like, there's a little open practice here and then one there before they get into the season. It's almost like D'Amico went upstairs and went like, all right, that first week, let them come in when we're not doing anything. But once we start getting close to preseason games, don't let anybody come by.
Yeah, I don't know what the situation is with that, to have them instead of spaced out more. I don't know. Fans, everybody here is really fired up, as you can imagine they are, because of the defense. And I'm amazed that I see people nationally have the Texans going to the Super Bowl, and I'm saying, why would you do that based on their offensive questions? Maybe if they do better on offense this year and C.J. Stroud plays better and the offensive line doesn't need to be remade, and we're talking about new linemen this time next year, maybe in 2027. But as someone who sees every game and is around them a lot, I just don't see. It's all based on conjecture, and they haven't proved that they can be a really good, consistent, high-scoring offense. But you know what they say about defense. But I've picked them to have a real good regular season. I think they will finally win their first divisional playoff game. Could have won it last year if Stroud hadn't stunk it up, and Nick Caley's play calling was terrible, his philosophy, because the only way you were going to lose that game to New England was if you turned it over. And yet they had Stroud throwing the ball way too much, 3, punt it, get rid of it, let the defense take over. So they did that and won 12 games with all those issues on offense. So I think they'll do well, but I do not think they're going to Super Bowl. Give me a break.
Well, John, that's funny that you say that because, and I understand you're the expert when it comes to the Texans, but if they beat New England, if Stroud doesn't poop the bed the way that he did, I think they'd go to the Super Bowl last year. With that defense the way that it was playing, and if Stroud would have just not made the mistakes that he made, I honestly believe the Texans had a legit shot of showing up in the Super Bowl.
I don't think I would say that publicly, Joe.
Joe says a lot of things publicly that we say don't say that out loud.
Question your football IQ.
Well, that happens every day, John.
Keep that between the two of us.
Okay. Don't tell anybody.
Can Jason be trusted?
No, not at all.
Nope.
I didn't see it. I just didn't see it because of their offense. I just think Caley's game plan was terrible. You scored 2 touchdowns in the victory over Pittsburgh, in Pittsburgh. So all you want to do, don't turn it over. Run, throw short passes, be boring. Just don't turn it over. And that's the exact opposite of what they did. And had they made the championship game, maybe. But I was so down on them after that. I just don't see it at all. They've made a lot of significant changes on offense, but I'm not going to say the offensive line's improved because this time last year I was talking about how improved it was, and they didn't do squat and got rid of their starting left tackle after one game and their starting left guard after like 5.
As you say that and you talk about the offensive line, I know they improved the run game. David Montgomery could be a 3-down back, if you will, but without an offensive line, how much does adding a running back like Montgomery actually help this offense?
They won 12 games last year without their running back, Joe Mixon, with rookie Woody Marks. I think Montgomery will rush for about 1,000 yards. Marks will come in passing situations, 3rd down back, get somewhere around 500 because they want to run the ball more. That will help Stroud. But I say that because I think all these changes, they have 2 veteran linemen they brought in as free agents and 1st and 4th round picks and guard, and one Rutledge they want to play at center if he can handle it. But they do this every year, and they haven't been able to get it right yet. If they don't, again, if they're ever going to get beyond the divisional round, you have to get your offensive line right. And I think having Montgomery and Woody Marsh together is a really good thing for this offense, because Montgomery can do what Joe Mixon did, score double-digit touchdowns. And who knows, if they'd had Dixon all year, could they have won one more game? Probably. But, injuries happen. And everybody, I can tell you this, I'm really fired up for the season. I want training camp to get here so we can get it over with and get on with the season, the schedule with Buffalo and Cincinnati here. Add Indy, Cowboys come to town. That is a great first 4 games if you are a fan of the Houston Texans.
All right, John, I'm just curious. Has Joe Mixon ever appeared anywhere? Do we know any more about him than we did at the end of last season?
He appeared in a lot of people's dreams. I think he was spotted with Elvis.
With Elvis and Michael Jackson.
Somewhere in Europe.
Yeah.
Still on a milk carton.
Nope. Someday he may do a story with somebody, but I don't know if – I've never seen a case where a guy had an injury and the team wouldn't say what it was ever. And so you think there's something sinister there. And on social media, Mixon never weighed in on social media. So last year, Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, none of the insiders could find out what it was. There were different things from the media and fans. One fan said, I've got a copy of the hospital x-ray where he shot himself in the foot. And I'm like, is that a joke? A Texans player shot himself in the foot. So I always just said, like I told you guys, he's in the witness protection program, and that's why nobody knows anything about him.
Wow.
Where is he now?
Nobody knows. Witness protection program.
Yeah. He's still not.
And it's too bad because, he scored double-digit touchdowns the year before, and even though he had 2 cheap shot hip drop tackles that knocked him out of games, Joe Mixon was a really good player who they were counting on. And I know they were counting on him because this is something I know that they have never said. If they had known he was going to be done for the year, they would have done something else to the running back situation. But the first day that they were having players signed for fans, they had places with your name on it for players to go to sign for that group of fans. And Mixon's name was out there to start off, and then they took it off. So I'm wondering, is that the first time they knew he was not going to be around that year? If he's coming back, say that after a month or two, you still have him out there signing autographs.
Yeah, because correct me, I should know this. Free agent, nobody has signed him, right?
No.
You can't find him.
Yeah.
He's like Clark Gable, gone with the wind.
Wow.
There's about 8 people out there that got that reference. Exactly. Joe Reinagle's old enough to be one of them.
Absolutely. I'm with you, John.
At McClain_on_NFL. John, enjoy your week. We'll talk to you next Thursday.
Guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
John McClain on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online, buyersbarricades.com.
Love the great John McClain. He always tells it like it is, as they say. We got to take a break. The NBA has chimed in on the Kawhi Leonard situation. We'll let you know what they had to say about it when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call in the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits 2. Now we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the morning huddle and cash in with the morning huddles, Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle for DraftKings. Did you know DraftKings is live in all 50 states? Yes, that means us here in Texas. Win or go home. That's it. That's the World Cup knockout round, and DraftKings has you covered for every single match. The DraftKings app is now live in Texas, so whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in Texas, the world's biggest stage in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers, sign up with code 941 SportsStar. Spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards over 21 days. That's code 941SportsStar in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim. Issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends July 19th. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo. The world's biggest soccer showdown is here, and Novo Brewery is San Antonio's ultimate place to watch. Over 80 feet of massive LED screens, craft beer, hard kombucha on tap, and a food menu built for the moment. Novo Brewery attached to North Star Mall and at novobrew.com.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You push yourself in everything you do, scanning headlines for insights, keeping an eye on the market. Robinhood puts you in control of your money, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
Dave Ramsey here, and I love my Connecticut water softener. Right now, with the purchase of a Connecticut water softener, you receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink, complete with a color fixture to match your kitchen. That means cleaner, better tasting water for coffee, cooking, ice, and everyday drinking. The Connecticut K5 drinking water station removes up to 99% of many contaminants and can be customized for your home. So instead of buying bottled water or wondering what's really coming out of your tap, you get cleaner, great tasting water right where you use it most. A Connecticut runs on energy from your water flow, which means no electricity, no timer, and no computer that can break. With its twin tank system, you get soft water 24/7. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country for a free water test at 210-656-PURE. And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
On the next Morning Huddle, World Cup Quarterfinals continue. How'd the Spurs do against the Atlanta Hawks? And everything you need to charge into a busy summer weekend. Party starts early. Get here at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Well, we are just about at the weekend, Minix. It's Thursday. It's 5:43. Hope you had a great Thursday, everybody. But that means it's Friday, just about Friday.
Well, what does AJ call this? A small Friday?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Almost there.
Almost there.
Almost
We're just
there.
about there. That's the good thing. The weekend certainly is inside. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday. Thanks for spending a little time here with us. On the Blitz, I'm Joe, he's Jason, and we've been talking about the Kawhi Leonard situation, Jason. If you haven't heard, the trade between the Clippers and the Raptors for one number 2 has been put on pause while the NBA completes its investigation into Kawhi's tree planting abilities or something like that.
Yeah, it's bizarre. The part that I find most interesting is the deal was done, sent to the league, not finalized yet, and then today all this like, all right, well, hang on, wait a minute, hold on. Because the NBA told the Raptors, any punishment now, if you do this trade, you assume the risk. And the way it reads, and I'm not a lawyer, it feels like it's one thing if Kawhi gets suspended a number of games, but the way I read it, if team punishment is there, that would also follow Kawhi. So the Raptors would be on the hook for whatever, which I find ironic and weird, and it doesn't feel right. But they're like, I think if it's just like, hey, he might get suspended for, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 games, whatever it might be. If you're the Raptors, you can live with that. But if there are loss of draft picks or big fines, you're not taking over that. It's like you buy the car, you get the problems that come with the car, and they don't want that.
Yeah, and I think the NBA let them know that before they finalize this deal, although it seems like malpractice. If you're going to blame the NBA, I could see that. As soon as this trade was announced, it was pretty public. The NBA could have made that call to the Raptors and saying, you sure you want to do that? But then the Raptors should have, I mean, they knew Kawhi's under investigation. This investigation's been going on for 10 months.
Sure.
The NBA, a spokesperson for the NBA, chimed in today and said, quote, "We don't have a specific timeline for the conclusion of the investigation, but expect the firm to finalize its work in the coming weeks."
What?
Which could mean anything. That could mean another 10 months. I mean, the coming weeks could mean, well, anything. And that just seems kind of crazy to me. So this trade is going to be on hold. So Kawhi Leonard, which I don't really give a damn about, is going to be on hold. He doesn't know where he's going to play basketball this year, if at all, number one. And then all the people that were in that trade, their lives are on hold as well.
Everything. I mean, it's just nuts. Almost as nutty as this weird Texas Rangers stat. The Texas Rangers on the year are 46-46. They are 21-21 at home. They are 25-25 on the road.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
So they're a 500 ball club.
They are a 500. They are 500 on the season, 500 at home, 500 on the road. Since 2025, they are 127-127.
Oh, wow.
Since July 8th of 2024, they are 163-163.
Dude, that's crazy.
You want to get crazier? Since 2004, the Texas Rangers are 1777 and 1777.
That can't be right. That can't be right. That's just the odds of that happening are like astronomical.
Is the lottery still up there, or did that already happen this week? I don't know.
Wow,
that's just nuts.
You almost want. I just wish they'd stop playing.
What do you mean?
Or just stop right now. I mean, can you imagine having that record?
Well, no, I got a Rangers game I'm going to in a couple of weeks, so no, they can't just stop playing.
Well, then they've got to win one, lose one, win one. You know, back and forth. There can be no winning streaks or losing streaks between now and the end of the season.
I mean, it's bizarre to see this year alone the even split overall at home and on the road, but then you go back, and I don't know what math whiz went back to July 8th of 2024 to figure out the 163 and 163, but then to go back to 2004. It does exclude, I don't know, some playoff game, but that is That's crazy.
That's bizarre. It really is bizarre and kind of freaky.
You know, and then you think about it, when you go back, it was 2 years ago to the day they were 163.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy. When's the last time the Rangers were relevant? 2011?
They won a World Series not that long ago.
Oh, okay, I'm just asking.
The trophy's right up here on the shelf somewhere.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they were that relevant.
Uh-huh.
You go back 2000. Yeah.
Oh, that jersey?
That jersey you're wearing says champions on it.
Oh. Okay.
They say you wore it. You're not wearing it, but
No,
you
I
wore
will
it.
never wear it again.
Well, you might if you go back to the game.
No, the next time I go to the game in that particular suite, if I'm fortunate enough to be in there, I will be wearing something completely, I don't know, it will be just blah.
No, you're going to get something so you can get another free jersey that you won't do anything with.
Well, why would I get a free jersey when I'm not going to wear it?
Well, next time you get a golf shirt and you give it to me.
I can decorate the studio.
I mean, that's your jersey. The DeMarcus Ware jersey was out of my closet.
What the hell did Rob and AJ do?
They got a stupid cat.
Oh, dude. Again, what do they do? Have we hang that cat yet?
Can't hang the cat.
Isn't there like a fan we could throw that thing into?
Do whatever you do with that cat when nobody's looking.
Right, we just throw it in there and have all the fuzz be all over the studio tomorrow when they walk in.
Why would you do that to the cleaning crew?
I wouldn't. I'd lock the door until Rob and AJ showed up.
Again, do you think they're going to clean it up or they're going to,
No, I don't think AJ would be able to carry on. That dude would be, his little stuffed animal toy would be all broken.
Mm-hmm.
How could he sleep? Does he have a blanket too? With a little pacifier?
I don't know how the guy sleeps. Oh, pacifier. Jeez.
Oh, my goodness.
Uh-huh. You know what we do every Thursday about this time?
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
We get you ready for the weekend. We call it What's on Tap. It is brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online at samsburgerjoint.com where you can get your tickets, see their entire calendar. I saw many kisses coming when I was at Sam's the other day. Yep.
They're coming to Sam's?
Yeah, in a couple weeks.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
I want to see that.
See the menu. Tonight over at Sam's Burger Joint, The Last Jimenez, plus the Chris Cuevas Project. Finding Fridays playing on Friday night. Saturday night, Passing Strangers. It's a citywide high school reunion show.
Outstanding.
On Sunday, something called Shark Boy Summer. And next Tuesday, Live and Local with Cinnamon.
How'd you get Cinnamon out of that?
Well, it's a local band that I know it's Cinnamon, but CNMN is Cinnamon.
Okay.
You can look at that and figure that out?
I'll take your word for it. I probably wouldn't have said Cinnamon, no.
What would you have said?
Looks like something else. I'll let it go
like
at that.
What? No. What do you think it looks like?
Well, CNMN.
Cinnamon. What do you get out of that?
Nothing.
I know what he's getting.
Nothing.
What?
Absolutely
Tell
nothing.
me in my ear. So he doesn't get... oh, you think it says semen?
No. It's not what I...
That is an Old Navy band.
What the hell?
That's what you got out of that? That's a band that really needs to look at what they've called themselves.
This dude's freaky in that glass box of fun, is he not?
What the hell?
Otherwise, tonight you want to head out to Green Hall. Jesse Lee is out at Green Hall, the Majestic Theater. I'm assuming somebody's with Juliet.
Just says Ann Juliet.
Says Ann Juliet. I'm assuming that's Romeo, maybe.
There's no
I don't
Romeo?
know,
No, it's
perhaps.
just Ann Juliet.
And then Paper Tiger, Adjust the Sails and Upon Your Dead Body. Nice.
Green Hall Friday night. This is why we do this. Blue Edmondson is playing at Green Hall.
Yeah.
He is fantastic. Blue Edmondson, early 2000s, had all kinds of great stuff. $50 in a Flask of Crown, all kinds of great songs. Then he took a little hiatus. Now he's back with a new record. I didn't know he was playing out there tomorrow, so we might have to adjust plans and go out to Green Hall tomorrow. Josh Weathers is at Flores Country Store. Joe, Freeman Coliseum. The River City cluster of dog shows.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm busy.
You take your Habernies out there and put it in the show.
Yeah.
A Michael Jackson night is happening at the Rock Box. And Juliet.
She's working her ass off, isn't
Somebody
she?
cheat
All
on
by
her,
herself.
now all of a sudden
Yeah.
it's just Ann Juliet.
Yeah.
The Soap Girls are playing at the Rah Rah Room. Ozfest 2 at Paper Tiger. The Gallywinter River Jam is happening at Cheatham Street Warehouse on Friday night.
On Saturday, head out to the Whitewater Amphitheater. The Randy Rogers Band playing out there on Saturday night. That's going to be a great show. I'd tell you what else is going to be a great show at Freeman Coliseum. The San Antonio Gunslingers taking on the Orlando Pirates at 4 o'clock. At the Aztec Theater, Spy Kids, a 25th anniversary celebration, screening and concert with Robert Rodriguez's Chingon Band. That's what he calls it. The Rock Box is Sparta, Cut a Silhouette Tour 2026, and War on Women and Riley. What else we got here? Poor Juliet's working the Majestic all by herself. Green Hall, them Dirty Roses on Saturday night. And at the Tobin Hall on Saturday night, you've got High Fidelity, an intimate screening and evening with John Cusack.
Mm-hmm. And Juliet working on Sunday, too, at the
Boy,
Majestic
that poor girl,
Theater.
man. She needs double time.
Uh-huh. Spencer Johnson at Green Hall. Paper Trail 2026 at the Rock Box. Jeff Allen is at the LOL Comedy Club on Sunday.
Owen Stroud, Monday at Green Hall. Kurt Vile and the Violators with Being Dead is at ACL Live. And Paper Tiger, Be Your Own Pet.
The Violators, huh?
Yeah, apparently, with Being Dead.
Theme of the day.
Big weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big weekend.
A lot of you guys voting in our poll, did the Spurs do the right thing with the Jacob Tobey firing? 58% of you say no, 216 total votes.
Thank you for voting in our poll. Appreciate you spending some time with us here on the Blitz today. Extra Innings with Pleasure. That's coming up next here on 94.1. Be sure and join AJ and Rob in the morning. The Morning Huddle, they'll get you started at 6 o'clock. Minix and I will be right back here at 2. Until then, everybody, have a great night.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz.